James Kingdom, we attack the GOAT debate head on, where we challenge all Michael Jordan fans and all LeBron detractors to who is the GOAT of basketball. You can catch us every Sunday noon Eastern Time, right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel, for the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Also, we go live Friday nights with the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, where you catch special shows and content as a GOAT James Kingdom follower and subscriber. Also, check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, where you can get exclusive content.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. League and A. Johnny. As y'all know, we go live every Sunday noon Eastern Time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform, as we're going to continue to do great things like actually watch basketball together as basketball fans. But again, this is a Sunday afternoon where we do the Lord's work. I'm A. Johnny the Exposer, one half of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. I got my partner B. Lee in the building. What up, Brandon?
What's good, everybody?
All right, we also got our normal panelists as usual. Shout out to King John in the building. What up, John?
What's up, everybody?
All right, we also got T Perfect in the building. Shout out to T Perfect. What up, T Perfect?
Good morning, guys.
Yes, good morning to you, as you're all the way out on the other side of the earth. And what up, Craig? We got Craig in the building. What up, Craig?
Yo, what's good? I was looking at John's picture. What is that? Your password on the bottom?
No. That's my Instagram. That's my Instagram name.
That look like a security code.
Yes, indeed.
It used to be a code. I ain't gonna tell everybody to what, but it used to be a code.
I know you gotta have at least 6 letters, a number.
Yes.
A symbol, all kind of stuff, all extra stuff, man.
It's actually my initials and my daughter initials, so it used to be a code or something, but they don't code no more.
Man,
I hope it wouldn't be, since you said it would.
Actually, it's my PlayStation 5. It's my PlayStation 5. If you look for me on PlayStation, that's actually my
That's your handle?
That's my handle right there. So.
Oh my God, man, that's what's up, man. Let's get some shout out to some GOAT James Kingdom members in the building. Shout out to Son of Abba, always supporting what we're doing here. West Coast also in the building. Yeah, man, the LeBron songs, they just keep coming in, man. Let's go. We got Juan Boy in the building, the infamous GOAT James Kingdom member.
Yo, what happened to Duke? I know a lot of people parlays is messed up over Duke, yo.
Oh man, They lost.
I watched it.
14
I watched the replay of the game. Yes, a lot of people are upset because there's no reason why Duke's
We
don't
know the
still be playing.
NCAA ain't fixed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They lost a lot of money, man. Damn, that was crazy, man. Shout out to everybody in the comments,
That was
man.
a Tracy McGrady effort there.
Yes,
that one goes down hard. That's a heartbreak loss there. That's a heartbreak loss, man. Shout out to you, New World, man. Peace and blessings to you. Shout out to you, Philip. Peace and blessings to you. But again, yeah, today's show is very, very important. As we see, we do got some Zesty Jeffries in the comments as well. Let's give them some shout out. They said, so now you on Jordan's side. We never weren't on Jordan's side. I've always wondered why you guys never listen to Jordan when Jordan talks the game of basketball, because from our understanding, from what we heard over this past week, Michael Jordan said LeBron James could play in any era.
But he said that there was only, like, at the time, he said it was Dirk, Kobe, and LeBron that could play in this era. He said this multiple times. I don't know why.
Jordan said that years ago.
Yeah,
That was years ago.
Yeah, I know, but he also reiterated recently, supposedly, because I believe it's Jason Williams stated that he was on a golf course with Jordan just weeks ago.
Of course.
And he reiterated himself, and Jordan clarified, yeah, man, LeBron can play in any era. So, yeah, we all know this, but I never understood why Michael Jordan fans, or the Zesty Jeffries in particular, don't listen to Jordan, because they'll run and hear what everybody else got to say, like Tracy McGrady claiming LeBron James can't play one-on-one, which we all know that's false and ridiculous, right? So now we have that situation going on, but they never want to mention when Michael Jordan says LeBron James could play one-on-one, LeBron James could do this. As soon as anybody else says something negative about LeBron, they're quick to make a podcast about it. They're quick to go do a live stream about it. Gather up and say, look, LeBron James sucks. So why don't y'all listen?
Jordan said this years ago, before there even was a debate that LeBron can play in any era. So I don't even understand why. What's the difference now?
I don't understand why there's a debate about that.
I don't understand. Like, what the hell?
A lot of times I think we're listening
He's
to the
Karl
media.
Malone and John Stockton into one person. Like, why would you think he'd not be able to play in any era? Like
we're listening to the media too much. That's what it is.
He's a transcendent scorer. He's a great passer. He has a huge IQ. I mean, why it's to say that you can't play in an era.
Well, he couldn't play in the 60s. There was
to
no
say that about any generational talent
there was
is
no
stupid to begin with.
6'9", 260 plus, and he can't
play any era that has free agency. I'll put it that way.
Like,
I really
don't understand the reasoning behind saying not just LeBron, but a lot of these guys, and like they'll default to like rules or physicality, which is a stupid argument to begin with.
Some of the most gifted players ever.
So King's speech came on yesterday.
That's hilarious.
And he was just
every time I hear it,
he was just all over the place with his ranking. All over the place with his ranking about how he ranked players. So he basically was saying that you have to. You say, Travis? All right, but he was saying that you have to you have to be the best player in the league for a certain period of time, and he put Kobe above LeBron. So we would ask him, like, when did Kobe Bryant was the best player in the league? He was saying when Shaq was winning, the Finals MVPs. I like, how's that even possible? He said in 2004 because he led the Lakers to the finals. I like, so was LeBron the best player when he led the Cavs to the finals? They're like, no, because Kobe had 3 titles at that time. Like, what does it have to do with anything? So he was all over the place. He ranked LeBron number 8 all time.
I want to know when Kobe was better than Duncan.
He said it was never a time when Duncan was the best player.
Yeah.
He had all these things where you had to be the best player, and then what he would turn around and make up another reason and go against what he said. He was literally he was contradicting himself every time. Well, when was Magic the best player? Well, just this year and this year, or every other year, or it was.
He said LeBron couldn't be the best player when he won a title. That's the only time because you have to win a title. But Michael Jordan was the best player in 1989 when Magic was the MVP and already had 5 titles.
Okay, so
yeah.
Kobe started beating Tim Duncan in 2008. So that means Kobe was the best player from 2008?
No, he said 2000 and 2004.
No, he didn't beat Duncan in 2004.
That's what he said.
Yeah, they did.
He didn't beat anybody.
They didn't beat him in 03.
No, but he said Kobe was the best player in 2004 because he led them to the finals. Even though in 2005 he didn't even make the playoffs, but he was still the best player. He said in 2011 was the last time Kobe was the best player in the league.
It was never Kobe's team. Karl Malone, Gary Payton, all of them went on that team for Shaq. They didn't go there to go play with Kobe.
Yeah, he said Kobe was the last time he was the best player was in 2011. I don't know where he got that from, but that was the last time Kobe was the best player we had.
He was the Western Conference MVP in 2002.
That's what he said.
There was no Western Conference
MVP. I know, but that's what he said.
That's what he said.
I heard him saying that. I just was wondering when was he ever better than Tim Duncan?
Yeah, he said.
So if that's the case, then so was Isaiah Thomas better than Michael Jordan in 88, 89, and 90?
Isaiah Thomas was never the best player in the league.
Since he beat Jordan 3 straight years in a row?
It wasn't. He wasn't never the best player in the league. It was only Magic and Bird in the 80s.
He beat Magic. He beat Magic. He beat Bird. He beat Jordan.
He beat Magic, Bird, and Jordan in the
So how's he not the best player? How is he not the best player in the league at that time?
That don't count.
Yeah, that don't count. Jordan
Magic and Bird in a single playoff run.
That don't count. That don't count.
His criteria puts LeBron James as the GOAT. Basically.
Yes, he did a Skip Bayless. His Skip Bayless criteria is making LeBron's the GOAT, and his made LeBron the GOAT too.
It was pretty funny.
We asked him all the hard questions.
Shout out to Ruddy Hood Sports. Appreciate the love and support. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody here in the comments, as usual, where you're safe. The link will be up shortly for you, gentlemen.
Your boy is here. Your boy is here.
The motel room is in the building. Shout out to the motel room. Making an appearance on FYF. Of course, we know he's going to make an appearance on FYF because he loves Lamont and Lamont's channel. That's his favorite place to go. Because he knows if he comes on Go James Kingdom, what happened to him.
Yeah, and I was listening to one of his trash streams. What was it, Friday? Oh my God.
And also,
casual as it gets.
You never fuck around, you'll never find out.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch! Yeah!
Live and direct, straight off the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Shout out to Ishmael in the building, another GOAT James Kingdom member, a disciple out here, just out here terrorizing everybody on Discord, everywhere, man. Y'all just be scared of all GOAT James Kingdom members, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Peace and blessings to y'all.
I believe if the Lakers beat OKC tonight, I think OKC gonna start sitting some of the players getting arrested for the playoffs.
I mean, since they're not winning a 70 games, it's, you could take your foot off the gas a little.
Yeah, I believe it's big for the Lakers to win tonight. So OKC, because they're going to play OKC again, so they can go ahead. I think OKC going to start resting their players.
I mean, they probably won't today because they won't.
They probably won't today.
Yeah,
they still got a chance to win 70 games. Right? Yeah, they still got a chance to win 70 games if they win out.
Ooh. Yeah. Didn't they already lose 13?
Yeah. No. They lost to Houston.
Okay, my bad. My bad. Okay.
Yeah, they like 60 points.
Yeah, nobody's talking shit about that when they just lost to Houston.
I remember a lot of people were saying Houston was going to fall off. Look, now they number two.
They've been playing the best.
And then went on a nice little run. They fell all the way to 5. Houston was number 2 and then fell to 5, and they came back up.
Can we say this new era of basketball is really? This is like the first time where you have nothing but young teams at the top. Like back in like everywhere else, it was always established teams with established players, his experience. They was always top. Now you got 24, 25-year-old teams winning 60, 50 games a season now. So this has become a young man sport again. You got to be young to be running up and down the court.
It's always been a young man's sport.
Nah, not really. I mean,
no, it's the playoffs that makes the difference between teams, but that regular season has always been young.
Yeah, regular season definitely been who's the most athletic and younger team. That when you get to the playoffs, things will slow down.
Consistent OKC can been. Back then, you had a one-off team like Atlanta. They won 60 games, and then you don't hear from them no more. OKC, this is the second season.
I mean, it's different because they have Shea. It's different. They have MVP on their team, other than those other teams. Like if you have one of the top 5 players in the league,
Atlanta have 4 All-Stars,
but they did not have someone like Shea. That's the difference.
Yeah, Atlanta got swept in the playoffs. Also, that year they won 60 games.
Yeah, but this is the level of consistency. Cleveland, look, consistency with these young teams. Like I said,
I like that.
One-off. Like Charlotte had a good season one time. Houston had a good season one, but these are consistent teams now. You're gonna see them in the playoffs. Like these playoffs, you're gonna see you can see these same teams, for the coming years.
You should. I don't know about Cleveland if Mitchell leaves, but if he stays, of course.
I think Mitchell had just signed an extension. He's gonna be there.
I know they always talk about him wanting to leave and shit. So hopefully he stays. I mean, that's a perfect team for him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he ain't got no reason to leave. I mean, if you leave that situation, you really don't want to win.
I just can't wait to see these guys in the playoffs. Like that's what I want to see.
Why? What's the playoffs going to show you? What's going to be the difference in the playoffs, Travis?
Separate the men from the boys. Man. We're going to see everything. Of course.
Just like last year with OKC. You saw how they were number 1, but
exactly. Like the regular season only tells you so much. Like it's a 7-game series, which are
expected OKC to be number 1 last year.
Yeah, nobody was.
That's a team that came up. That was their season to show y'all who he was, and now we gonna be here for a while. So get used to it.
They definitely gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, who thought Dallas was going to come out of the West? Like
nobody.
Yeah, Celtics or whatever. They're the sexy pick, but it's. I think they still are to a degree.
It's funny that you say that. At this time last year, everybody was saying the same thing about the Celtics. Nobody thought the Celtics were going to make the final team. They were saying the same thing.
Because they're so used to seeing Celtics get almost and then falter somewhere down the line. Remember, they made the conference finals for like 5 seasons straight.
They made a lot, and then in the finals, they was up every game, and then they couldn't pull it out. So
it wasn't because
nobody really trusted them.
They showed us they couldn't get that far. These teams didn't show us. Celtics showed you they couldn't, do anything until last year.
Yeah, we're in a situation that you have to show us now. Boston showed us, so now we all believe.
I mean, Boston's rounded in the form.
OKC have to show us.
They look good right now.
Cavs have to show us.
The thing about me, the Celtics got to repeat this year because from what I'm hearing, they can't keep Porzingis and Drew.
Nope, they can't. They're being that.
The level 3 some shit.
Yeah. So they maybe got this year and maybe next year. After that, they're gonna have to start breaking down that team.
No, after this year, they're gonna have to start breaking down.
That's why I said maybe.
And so you guys say they cannot keep both of them, or just they're going to keep one.
They can't keep both. They only can keep one. At max,
keep
one of them.
Because Porzingis barely played in the playoffs last year, so you could get rid of him. I don't know about Drew.
I think that you keep Drew.
Yeah, you have to keep Drew.
I mean, do you? Because you do got White. Do you keep Drew though?
Yeah, but Drew.
I mean, if you can, but
how old is Drew?
Porzingis has to go.
Like, do you?
Porzingis could go. That's for sure because they won it without him last year.
Hey, Milwaukee's still missing Drew right now. He's shown his worth since he left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As SB said, the owners, just like the Mavericks, they wouldn't try to pay players. It's different now. You don't want to lose hundreds of millions of dollars
in the league, and this is the time you want to be cheap.
It's crazy because the owners wanted this CBA, and now they upset with the same CBA they pushed for.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons Luka wasn't there.
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing this. you're gonna start saying there's a lot players leaving teams before they get to that 10-year in the NBA mark, and they can sign that supermax. Because once you get 10 years, you get a raise even off that, and you're gonna see teams trading these big players out of nowhere. Yeah. So,
you vested.
My job it was 10 years in a day. You vested.
I mean,
That's a lot of money.
Hearing what Mark Cuban had to say, it brought a lot of light on stars. A lot of light on stars, seeing what the owner has to go through. So it's different. It's different.
You just gotta find the people that want to win and separate them to the players that just want to make money. Because there's always going to be those two types: players that want to win and players that want to make money.
I mean, it's
only the good ones can do both.
Well, so you saying players should basically take pay cuts?
No, I'm just saying.
That's what you're gonna have to do.
Players that want to win and players that want to make money.
Mark Cuban said
good ones can do both.
Well, Mark Cuban, he owned the team for 23 years, and he only made a profit two of the years, and that's with Dallas. And the new ownership didn't want to lose all that money every year.
But it's
Mark
not
Cuban.
Money. It's literally the league is giving you it's giving you that money from promotion from
apparently not. If Mark Cuban said,
out of pocket is the taxes, the luxury taxes. That's what you would have to pay out of pocket.
But Mark Cuban said he lost money every year but 2 years, and he owned the team for 23 years, and he had two international superstars, Dirk and Luka. And he said he sold the team because he didn't want his kids to go through what he had to go through. So it's more than that.
I would love to know the 2 years he made money. Was he over the salary cap though? Well, those probably 2 years he wasn't over the salary cap.
2 years they made the finals.
And then probably, but I guess they made it 3, but who knows? But then Boston just sold their team
for $7 billion.
Like they got tired of losing money too.
No, they did the smart thing. We just won the championship. I got all these players signed up, locked up. Hey, you sell while it's hot, and
I mean,
the most money.
If you're making a profit, you don't want to sell it, but
owning the team is an investment. You gotta have it for years and years and years. So when you're ready to sell it, that's when you make your money. You can't have it for a couple of years and then sell it. He did right. There's no reason why you should own a team for more than 2 decades in this economy, because you could sell it and make 3 times as much what you paid for it.
I mean, can you really spend $7 billion? I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Give me a chance. I give you. I try it out very much. Hey,
I mean, I suppose.
And I'll let you know later.
These are billionaires owning teams anyway. So, but still, like Mark Cuban said, he was losing money 21 out of 23 years, hundreds of millions of dollars. He said.
That's crazy to think about.
And he didn't want his kids to lose hundreds of millions of dollars.
He had all those special promotions, selling dollar tickets, and he was doing a lot of that stuff. He was giving back. So it's not like he was losing money doing regular. He was doing some extraordinary stuff with the team. Free tickets.
Well, guess what? The Mavericks are going up on their ticket prices
at the beginning. Yeah, like they literally got rid of Luka. Like. I think it's because they're losing too much money. Even Jordan gave up his team.
I mean, that was probably definitely part of it.
Money too.
Yep. I mean, how many of the teams?
It's a hot commodity now. Look at all that money. Look at all that money. They just $77 billion. You think ain't nobody want to be a part of that? It's $77 billion.
Jerry Randolph was on the Bulls for a long time.
And there's only 30 teams.
Jerry Randolph.
$77 million for 30 teams. You can do the math. $77 billion for 30 teams.
Chump change. Good.
Shout out to Mike Peak in the building. Peace and blessings, brother. Thank you for supporting what we're doing here. Shout out to you, brother. Indeed, man.
Not even gonna respond. A man.
You
just
talking about
talking
Billy?
how a man looks. I'm just not even gonna respond to that. I don't get into man facing people.
He's in the building. Shout out to Pizza, man. Always doing the thing. We definitely done with the 90s, brother. We are definitely done with the 90s, man.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's poppin'?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, Mike, man. Keep doing what you doing, bro. Shout out to you for sure, man. Thanks for the
What's
love,
up, New
brother.
World?
Thanks for the love. They out here in the comments. We got fake Laker fans in the comments, Brandon. Got fake Laker fans in the comments. What's good, Marcus? Peace and blessings. Thank you, another GOAT James Kingdom member. Yeah, we out here enjoying the Sunday, doing the Lord's work right before the Lakers get a chance to show y'all why they gonna whoop on everybody for the playoffs. I can't wait, bro. Y'all are hilarious, bro. Completely hilarious.
What y'all think about Golden State right now? How they looking right now?
You know what? That's what I was gonna probably say today's show should have been about, but today's show topic was actually brought up by a GOAT James Kingdom member. They wanted to hear us talk about Michael Jordan, and this is why we don't talk about what people say, because there's really nothing to talk about. I don't know how these dudes do shows about what other people say. Like, it doesn't make no sense. Don't really make no sense. But I mean, the Golden State Warrior is the real factor here, because for all of a sudden the Warriors, nobody has to figure them out, right? They're on a hot streak. That's it. They're on a run. Everybody has to just bow out to them. But when the Lakers were on a hot run and running well, it was, oh, well, wait till everybody figure them out. Eventually, the Lakers are not going to be able to do nothing.
Agreed.
Stop coming up here with lies, Anthony. The Lakers are not 19th in defense in the last 20 of games. Please stop it. You guys are just liars. I was just looking up the numbers just now. Just lying ass motherfuckers, bro.
I don't know. Golden State gonna be scary. They gonna be scary in the playoffs. They
didn't
Curry
know
got somebody to take the load off him.
Well, it depends if Butler keeps up his play.
That's what I'm saying.
And Kuminga. But we're going to see. Obviously, Curry's going to do his thing. Curry's been insane the last few games, but we'll see what JB does.
I mean, what's that one guy who's hitting all those threes last game?
I forgot his name. Podzinski, something like that.
Podzinski, yeah. Like, how many times you expect that to happen? I don't have to.
Every game.
Let me ask
I don't have too much faith in Golden State.
So right now they will play Denver in the first round.
Let's go. Better watch that.
Yeah, I have no faith in Golden State doing anything in the playoffs.
Wow.
I don't think they will beat Denver.
Denver's looking pretty shaky right now, man. I don't know.
You don't think Golden State can beat Denver?
I mean, it's a toss-up right now. Denver doesn't look invincible. They didn't look as good as they did going into the playoffs the last couple of years. But they need to fix their defense, dude, badly.
Jokic is getting tired. I tell you that thing.
He's getting tired of carrying those scrubs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. That was real. He is getting tired of carrying all these
about this Giannis and these 2K numbers he putting up, yo. Yo, what he had? 35, 17, and 20?
Same thing with Giannis, man. Get him off that team.
In the last 19 games. Let me see here, bro. The last 19 games.
The last 2 games, Giannis scored 72 points, 35 rebounds, 32 assists in the last 2 games.
He's not in the MVP conversation.
Yeah. Dude, give me this year's Giannis over Shea.
He is in the MVP conversation.
He's a distant third.
What, the NBA?
In the last 21 games, the Lakers are 14th in defense, and that counts the span they went without. There's basically half of their starting lineup without Ruri, LeBron, had Jackson Hayes was hurt. Like, again, you guys are the funniest guys in the world, man. The Lakers are still winning.
All right, so with this era thing, ball. I did have something to like show you guys. So let me bring it up. It's probably a clip we could keep using it, John. Let me play it.
Okay, go ahead.
LeBron is 34 years old. He will never be as good as Michael Jordan was at 40. LeBron James at 40 will not be in an NBA game 6 years from now, and we're all going, wow, LeBron against Milwaukee. He's easily the best player on the floor. I don't buy stats. LeBron will be a tidal wave of stats over Michael Jordan. But I'll tell you one thing LeBron will never be: as good as Jordan at 40. No.
That man be
Yeah, I
flip-flopping
posted that.
all over the place, man. 1 minute is Jordan wasn't this compared to LeBron. The next minute is LeBron is not this compared to, like, that man is, he's
This
fearless.
He be
This was
trying to
6
beat
years
everybody
ago.
with something and say something, and then
And he was so confident in saying that, too. Like,
this was
LeBron
6 years
came in
ago,
the league
though.
at
This is 6
18,
years
like,
ago, though.
you
Like
remember
he didn't think LeBron could do what Jordan did at 40. This was 6 years ago. He thought he was going to wear down.
well, years ago he said that LeBron, you can go ahead and retire. We got Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons can take over what you did.
Lol.
He said the same thing. He gives you really bad takes. It'd be really bad too, because he said it with so much confidence.
that's why I said he said it so confidently. Like, that man ain't give you no hints on retiring and no 2019 for you to even make that take. The man came in the league at 18.
Well, this was when LeBron James first got to the Lakers and he got hurt. So I'm
Yeah,
guessing
he was hurt because it's March 2019. He was hurt. He was out
Yeah, that's
with the groin injury.
yeah. He's probably thinking there's no way LeBron's getting hurt. The Lakers not making the playoffs. He would not do what.
I don't know
Jordan
why
did.
he would just that's his season prior. He played all 82 games.
Yeah, but even that year before he got hurt, that Christmas Day game, the Lakers the 4th seed in the West before he got hurt. So he was playing good before he got hurt that year. So
It made it look bad that they got hurt, they missed the players, and then half that squad left, and they got AD. So they made it look bad.
And then his whole tune changed the following year when they won the title. So, but yeah, it's good to hear that. That's pretty funny. That
some of
LeBron
this stuff-
James was not going to be good at 40, which we already know he's still great.
he
Yeah,
said
he-
he's
Yep.
not going to be as good as
He's
Jordan.
playing better at 40 than Jordan did at 40. Like, I don't.
He's playing better at 40 than anybody at 40. I think.
Because he's the GOAT. That's just the facts. He's just the GOAT.
Unfortunately, you're probably right at this point.
Yeah,
I heard
Johnny.
Travis. I heard,
Yes,
I heard
he changed.
Travis, you stopped sneaking out at night. I heard you stopped sneaking out at night. What happened? Your boy stopped going live, so now you have no place to go at night. No more sneaking out. Huh?
I had to change it up, man. I couldn't deny it anymore.
I don't believe you. You need more people, bro. I need about a good 3-4 weeks of you talking like this. But for now, I'll let Brandon and John enjoy this. But I don't believe you. You need more people.
It was too much for me. Couldn't do it.
You're still an MJ delegate to the core. In reality, you're really a Kobe Bryant fan. I don't know why you just won't hop out and just admit it. Just embrace it. Greatest player ever. Kobe beating Bryant.
I couldn't warp reality that hard to make that claim.
Couldn't create your own matrix and make it happen for yourself.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, in my perfect world, he'd be the GOAT, but he's not. No argument for.
There's a lot of people who.
Dude, in my perfect world,
in
the perfect world, Duncan's the GOAT, honestly.
Duncan.
Perfect world? You said Duncan?
Like, how would you put Duncan above Kareem?
Because he was twice the player defense. I don't know. Like, it's hard to put him above Kareem because like you have to weigh accolades, right? Kareem would just had a way better peak than Duncan. He was no slouch defensively. He has 3 times as many MVPs. So it's I mean, you couldn't put him above 10, but you know, 10 was going through the wars.
Duncan never led a Spurs team in less than 50 games for his whole career?
Yeah.
19 seasons of 50-win seasons?
That's pretty crazy.
Yep, it's insane. But I mean, you know, he was in probably the best organization in basketball also, right?
Look at them now. You saw us the best organization?
Well, I mean, obviously he retired
Well, they
like
just had
7
the
years ago.
greatest collection of talent at the time they was doing all this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had some pretty good
Great
teams. But hey,
organization going. No matter who.
one of the things about the Spurs that they picked the talent that no one thought was going to be talented. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard. No one really thought they was going to be who they were. So you got to give it up for them. Like, they drafted great.
Well, of course.
I mean, they tanked at the right time. They tanked in '96 to get Duncan. Like,
Yeah, that's the one thing they did, and they didn't really tank. It's just their best player got hurt.
that's
Yeah, they were lucky that happened.
Yeah. They I don't think they really tanked. They just without
They got
Robinson.
number one
You had to
drafted.
tank to get rid of Rodman for Will Purdue. You had to be taking
That
some
was 2
sort.
years prior.
No, that was 96. 95,
was-
96. That was 95
Duncan was
offseason.
drafted in '97.
That's
97.
what I'm saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But in 96, they traded away Dennis Rodman. Then, and in 97, right? 96,
They traded him in
97.
'95, '96.
Yeah, Craig, right? Yeah, that was a year prior, right? Was it?
95, 96 season. He was on
He
the
got
Bulls.
traded in '95. He got traded in '95.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
Duncan
Alright,
came the following year. That's right. Yeah, he did come from the following year.
Duncan's rookie year was 97, 98.
96, 97.
No,
Right.
that's 97, 98. 96
It was
and
97, 98.
Allen Iverson. Yeah, Allen Iverson was the number one pick in
Okay,
96,
okay.
97.
Yeah, because
But
the two
still.
what is it? '97 it was Duncan, and then it was that Keith Van Horn that era.
Keep it on.
He said Keith Van Horn. Oh my God.
Keep it on. The second pick, right? He was the second
Something
pick, I
like
thought.
that,
Yeah, he was supposed to be the truth.
That's what I'm
He was
saying.
supposed to
like-
be.
like
He
Keith
was
Van
supposed to
Horn.
be.
How you go from Tim Duncan to Keith Van Horn? Like,
Was Duncan the best player in his draft?
hell yeah. He
Obviously,
played
the
all
first
4
pick.
years in Wake Forest. He was the oldest in the
I'm
draft.
talking about now that we've seen everything. Now that we've seen everything, was he the best player in his draft?
Oh, you talking about
Yeah.
Tim Duncan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Who
think.
was best?
So
I mean,
Kobe ain't the best player in that draft?
no,
Kobe
Kobe
was
came the
Iverson
year
draft.
before. Yeah, Kobe came the year before.
Kobe was in the Iverson draft. The Iverson,
Yeah. He was in
Nash,
the Iverson
Marbury,
Okay.
Yeah.
Kittles.
96 draft.
And so is Kobe the best player in that draft?
Of
Yeah.
course,
He's better than AI.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
of course.
Without a doubt. I know one person who wasn't the best player in their draft. The guy who got drafted in 1984.
Also, he's not the best
You talking about
draft prospect ever in '84. He wasn't the best player to come out of '84. Now that's the same question. Now
He just wasn't the best prospect coming out of '84. That's all.
it was never It was never getting no guard as the best prospect in the '80s. It was a big man league. Literally, all top picks was centers and forwards.
I mean,
It was a
right.
privilege to be a shooting guard and get picked third. Like,
Did Hakeem make the finals his second year?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess they thought it worked out perfectly. Other
Well,
than
I
Sam
mean-
Bowie.
Jordan.
I thought he was talking about Sam Bowie. So
Jordan gets drafted to Houston, and Houston Rockets never win the championship. The Bulls start winning championship instantly with
I mean, there's an argument for drafting Hakeem Olajuwon over Jordan anyway. I mean, if you're building a team, right?
I don't know. He wasn't.
I would
he was
put,
drafted third on top of it, let alone drafted second. You was third.
I mean,
He
he
was
should have
third,
been.
not because, it was because of his physical feature more than his skills. Like I said, big men ruled that time. So if you was a good big man, they're gonna pick you over a great guard.
Mhm.
That's just how it was back then.
I think the
don't know.
reason
That's a
Sam
lot.
Bowie was the second pick was because what he
He was
did
a
in the
super.
tournament.
If I'm correct,
What he did in the
19
tournament.
in
but
1981.
I think they also
Mark
felt like
Aguirre-
they had Clyde Drexler.
If I'm correct, 1981, Mark Aguirre and Isaiah Thomas went 1 and 2, and they're not even 6'5".
And who was the centers in that era? In
It's
that
still
draft?
I mean, I don't know.
But
It
who was the
doesn't matter.
centers in that draft? Any of those centers better than Hakeem?
Or Sam Bowie
Was Ewing in
Sam
that
Bowie's better
draft?
than Hakeem?
in
No.
1982, 81.
Oh, 81.
Whenever Isaiah Thomas was drafted.
Hey, listen to this dumb tape by your boy Brandon Katz.
Oh,
Said Jordan was clearly better than Hakeem in year 2, and Jordan was hurt majority of the year, and Hakeem made it to the finals.
They don't know history, Brandon.
Said Jordan averaged 28 points that year.
He, as a rookie.
How does that
That's
affect what Hakeem was doing?
That was
Said, but he said he averaged that in year 2.
Yeah, no, he didn't average that year 2. He averaged 22 points in year 2. Wall Street Brandon. If you want stocks and you want to invest in companies that's gonna fail, call Wall Street Brandon. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Brandon. I mean, not Brandon. Craig. It was Buck Williams in that draft.
Big man.
Todd Chambers.
Another big
And
man.
any of those better than Hakeem? Any of those two players
No.
you ain't better than Hakeem?
Nah,
Okay, my point exactly.
No,
Buck Williams is
but
way better than Hakeem.
I mean, who is better than Sam Bowie? Sam Bowie then, since he went above Jordan. What about Sam Bowie?
Right,
Nobody.
Sam Bowie.
I'm looking
Yeah, they were better
And like
than
I
Sam
said,
Bowie.
because he was a good man.
Sam Bowie's the GOAT.
But I mean, just like we're
And they already had Clyde Drexler. Why would you pick a guard and you already got a guard on your team?
Houston did the
That
same
makes
thing.
no
They had
sense.
Sampson and they still picked Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
And look, and it worked out for Houston. Look at Portland.
That's what I'm saying. They could have had Jordan and Clyde Drexler if Jordan was
yeah, it
really
worked
that
out for
dude.
them. It worked out for them with 2 centers.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I mean they lost to like the greatest team ever, right? The top 3.
Yeah, they lost
Finals.
in '86. They beat Kareem and Magic.
Yep. Lucky, but yeah, they beat Kareem. Kareem didn't have anything for those guys at that point.
They really did. Oh man, I can't wait to have my parade on Crenshaw. It's gonna feel so good.
What parade? The Dodgers gonna have a parade on Crenshaw. They look great. If y'all watch baseball, watch the Dodgers play. Watch the Dodgers play.
Hey Johnny, I'm flying to LA with you for the parade.
You flying?
Yeah,
gonna be cold in
save your
October.
money, John. That's not
I mean,
happening.
it's gonna be cold in November. That's the parade is in November. Why are you flying out in June? Like you gotta wait till November for the parade on Crenshaw.
Crenshaw, man. Yeah, man, parade on Crenshaw.
No,
man.
they're not coming out of the West, John. Just save that.
They're not coming out of the West.
I know a couple
Fuck
of
no.
cities who ain't gonna get no NBA finals no time. So
I know the Heat is one of them.
It's Biscayne in June.
Why you always gotta throw my Heat in there, man? Come on, man.
Still Biscayne in June.
That was a devastating loss last night, so I really tried to get emotionally invested in it because we was kind of like playing good, and I was like, oh man, we could probably beat Milwaukee. Bam's balling. We don't got Tyler Hero, and typical Heat fashion, we coughed it up in overtime. Last 30 seconds of the game, just a debacle. Just hurt my heart. It just hurt my heart. It's really sad.
Just go down with the ship. Jimmy.
Oh my God. Oh, you know, hey, look, hey, Craig, look what they wrote here. Craig gonna cry on his shoes if the Lakers win a championship. That is actually
I
a great.
sleep well at night, man.
Yes, indeed. Craig does sleep well at night, and in fact, Craig has a new segment for everybody, y'all. We gonna drop y'all with a brand new segment because we all know Craig is, Craig is the sneaker man. He's a big time sneakerhead. He be doing his thing, but now we got a new segment with Craig, y'all, and it's called the Soul of the Game, and he's gonna break down something for y'all. So here we have it, y'all.
With that, these shoes that we're about to design with words starts with a soul. Not a soul, but a soul, what touches you to earth that's floating in nowhere, the soul.
Yeah,
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is the first show of the Soul of the Game. As you can see in my background, I'm a big shoe collector. I collect shoes, whether to wear them, there's nostalgia behind it. And so for this segment, and what I want to do is highlight one of the shoes in my collection that brings a thing to me about, back in the days when I was a kid and stuff. So this is the first. I was going to think of one shoe, but I'm going to leave that to, because it's going to be a special moment for that. So the first shoe I'm going to bring out today is this shoe. This shoe released in 1993, the Air Jordan 8. This is the shoe that he won his third championship in. This is the shoe that he averaged 41 points in the finals, got his first three-peat that he left on a grand fashion. This is the shoe right here. This is also the shoe the 93 playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 4, when he had 54 points, he wore this shoe. Of course,
Craig,
he wore this shoe.
Is that the shoe? Is that the shoe he had to cut the
Yeah,
toe,
this is the shoe that he had on. This is the shoe that he wore in the game.
No, I'm just saying. But was it the series where he had to cut the sneaker because he had like a toe issue? Was that?
Yeah, this is because this shoe is a heavy shoe with the strap, so it gets hot. So you get that foot thing. So they had to cut the shoe to give him room because he had something with his toe. He had stubbed his toe. But yeah, this is the shoe right here. This is the first shoe he won his first three-peat in. I remember this is 93. I was what, 10, I don't know, 10, 9 years old, one of those ages, yeah. Went into the store, of course, see them in the stores, picked them up, and wore those till the dog came out. I was playing football, basketball, and everything. So, yeah, this is the first shoe that he was the first three-peat in. And, yeah, this is going to be a new segment. I'm going to bring something into the shoe.
No doubt. Shout out to you, Craig. Again, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Craig's new segment. It's going to be called The Soul of the Game, where Craig's going to break down a pair of kicks because he's a big-time sneakerhead. As we can clearly see, he's going to show you different highlights, I guess, in different moments of those. So shout out to you, Craig, man. That's a great segment by you. Appreciate you. That is actually good. Michael Jordan. Those are the what's it called? The Bugs Bunny shoes, right? Too. That's the commercial with the Bugs Bunny on it.
Yeah, there was two models. This one and the one prior. The one prior they really consider the Bugs Bunny because that's the shoe that Bugs Bunny actually wore in the commercials in the game. They consider this Bugs Bunny because of the straps. What they try to make it with the ears, but it's really the 7. You got those.
How much would those go right now? How much those goes in the market? How much those goes in the market right now, Craig? If you wanted to sell those?
Well, I pay for retail. I don't do that resale stuff. I pay retail or no sale. That's my motto. I can't pay over retail over shoes. But the retail for the shoe was what, $210? But at the market right now, they run you about $270, $275-ish, depending on size.
Oh wow!
But if y'all into it, I know I'm not the only one here that wears sneakers. You ain't gotta be a LeBron or a Jordan fan to like sneakers. I don't pay resale. So you want to get your shoes for retail, y'all can holler at me. I'll show you how to get them for retail. And real. All my shoes are 100% straight from Nike, authentic. I don't deal with reps or fakes.
You're going to get a text.
Shout out to Craig.
I want the Jordan 10s, the gray and black. So those the ones I want. But
they come out this year.
But those he got right there, you could probably, what size are those?
I'm a 10.5.
10.5. Those are probably like $400 or $500. If you go buy them out here right now, those are probably like $400 or $500 right now in that color. The shoes I want, the gray 10s on the GOAT app, they are $1,000 in my size. I wear a size 13.
Because those the originals, the retros. Just wait for the retros. I can't pay resale for shoes.
Yeah, so. The gym shoe
I'll
game.
Trade. If I don't get I'll trade some shoes. I'll trade in a heartbeat. But I can't see myself paying $1,000 for 2 pairs of shoes that go on my feet.
Hell yeah, I'm with you there, Craig. I can't see that. I cannot see how.
But I do got some shoes that's if I could sell, I could sell them for thousands if I wanted to. But no, I'm not gonna do that.
Jordan shoes are collectibles and for fashion. They're kind of both. So I know there's plenty of people.
That's what Jordan did. I mean.
Yeah, he created a whole culture with the sneakers. Sneakerheads is basically, that's why when you say you don't have to be a Jordan fan or a LeBron fan to be a sneakerhead, in reality, Jordan fans are the reason why sneakers are so popular. And having a pair of J's and why everybody else wanted to have their own signature shoe, all that stuff comes from Michael Jordan. That's a part of the GOAT debate when some Zesty Jeffries mentioned Michael Jordan, is how, again, the shoes. We heard
He's
that
the
guy
only player that has a shoe that signifies a moment in time in a game that you can just say, oh, I remember he did this in a game. You can't say that about any other player. I'll point to a shoe. I'll bring out a shoe right now. You're going to think of the 63-point game at the Garden in Boston.
Nah, I think of the commercial with Santa Claus.
And Craig, that's the only gym shoe. That's the only gym shoe that is trademarked. So you can't go to Walmart or any place to find that shoe off brand. They can't even make that shoe right there off brand nowhere. It's the only Jordan shoe that's trademarked and cannot be remade.
I can't think of no Jordans that he wore in a game that I remember, actually.
You can't?
No. I just remember him playing.
63 in the L. 63 in the L, exactly. 63.
I guess I never was really a Jordan shoe guy, so.
I'm from New York. That's all it was.
Well, you know, Craig, I'm from Chicago. That's all it was.
That's all it was.
I mean, in Chicago, you either had Jordans or you didn't. I mean, that was it.
That's pretty much
Until
what
Air
it
Force Ones until Air Force Ones came out, it was either you had Jordans or you didn't. That's it.
The best shoes for hooping and Jordans would be his older models, like the 13s, because they're more light. Everything else from like the early 90s, those are heavy on your feet and they're not really good for balling. With John, those right there.
Yes.
I heard all his sneakers are horrible to play ball in.
Nah.
He got some nice shoes to play ball in.
Jumpmans were fine to hoop in. That's about all.
I had a pair of Jumpmans. I remember a pair of Jumpmans I had grabbed one.
Yeah, that was some our like team shoes were always Jumpmans.
Brandon, what was your high school gym shoe on y'all team?
I mean, we didn't have a specific one, but we usually got Jumpmans when I played.
We had Adidas.
Yeah, AAU, we always had Adidas for
Adidas
AAU.
sponsored a lot of high schools. That's what Adidas has sponsored a lot of high schools. I've seen a lot of high school that was sponsored by Adidas that got Adidas shoes.
That was one of
them. College was Adidas as well. So
yeah,
I mean, Adidas always the best to hoop in anyway.
I mean, I haven't had many Adidas, but when I played basketball, they were the best. Probably the only shoe I never twisted my ankle in too. That's crazy. I never used them, but.
Craig, we got a question for you, man. They wondering which shoe did Jordan wear when he pushed Byron Russell to the floor to win the game.
It was called the Last Shots. I don't have them in this closet. I'll bring them next week to show you, but it's called the Last Shot. I have a model of them though. It's this model right here. I wear my shoes, so it's kind of dirty. These are the shoes that this is the model, but not the color that he wore. I gotta go in my other closet and look for those.
Oh yeah, those are when the Jordans started to get real ugly. Yeah,
I like those. I like those. I had those. Not that color, but I had those.
This is a retro plus color. This is a color he didn't wear. But all my original old sneakers is in another closet.
Yeah, I think this segment, Craig, gonna be great. The gym shoes, because they got every month they tell you what shoes gonna come out every month. I think this gonna be a great segment, and hey,
I tell you, if y'all want to get to know, I know I'm not the only one here to buy shoes, but I'm the only one probably to buy them.
I got my screen kind of. I got my screen kind of.
You ain't gotta be a Jordan fan to like shoes.
That is crazy. That is hilarious. But you know what? If y'all knew as much about Michael Jordan's career as y'all know about his sneakers, maybe y'all would be able to have a good argument about why he the GOAT.
Yeah, I got
y'all in the comments, man.
Hey, Craig, I got a bunch of shoes behind me too. So, but it's a couple of shoes I want, and I got to hook up with.
This is the shoe that he wore when he had his greatest scoring game in game and score history. He dropped 69, 18, and 5 in 1990.
On the fake stats.
And we all know about the flu game.
The flu game. All right, now, Craig, don't give out too much. Don't give out too much of your segments. You really
I
got
got shoes for days. I'm not worried about it. I can show you some shoes, and
you got shoes for days. That's what's good, man. That's what's good. But you know what we got? We got GOAT James fans for days, and we back with obviously King John's Flowers, man. And with King John's Flowers, we get a chance to show everybody and give support to all GOAT James Kingdom fans, and also just GOAT James fans in general. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, GOAT James fans are the best. We support basketball the best, and we actually know the game best. We don't care about wearing sneakers. We care about who's wearing the sneakers and what they're doing on the basketball court. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to give you the flowers with King John.
Rosebetters!
Hey everybody, this week I'm giving flowers to somebody who's normally in the chat. I've been looking for him because he's normally here. He'll probably be here a little later. And he's big on TikTok. He's huge. His name is King Money Fly. Trust me, everybody in the chat knows who I'm talking about. And to ensure you can go to his TikTok, he got a 1,558 follow. He got 1,700 followers, and he got over 9,000 likes. And one of the reasons I like paying attention to his conversations on TikTok because he has real basketball conversation. And I want to tell King Money Fly this because I was listening to one of his last other day. Don't ever dumb down your conversation because you really know how to talk basketball. You really know how to have real basketball conversations. And I don't ever want you to dumb down your conversations because you really know what you're talking about. You got a nice little crew out there that's normally on your page that you have conversations about. And y'all have some great basketball conversations. And King Money Fly, trust me, we appreciate you here on Go James Kingdom because I watch you in the chat. You try to get your perspective in the chat and you give great basketball takes. And you came on the panel and had great basketball takes. So don't ever dumb down your conversations because you really know what you're talking about. Again, King Money Fly is one of the great places to go to if you want to have a basketball conversation. He's big on TikTok, and he's going to continue to get bigger. He's a part of Go James Kingdom, and I want people to go check him out because, please, he has great basketball conversations, and it's nonstop. Again, King Money Fly. You see his tag right there on the side of the screen. Please go check him out. And, hey, I stamp it because I watch his lives all the time, and because when I want to really have a basketball conversation with people, one thing I ain't been wanting to do is like go directly on his live because I just wanted to listen so he wouldn't know I'm there. So I wanted to give him a shout out, and trust me, it's nonstop. It's real love there. King Money Fly is that dude. He is really him. So don't stop doing what you're doing, King Money Fly. Hey, you've been stamped.
Indeed, man. Shout out to King Money Fly, man, who's also a GOAT James Kingdom member as well. So much blessings to you, man. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that was Flowers by King John, and obviously you are getting your flowers by the GOAT James Kingdom platform here. King Money Fly, shout out to you. Keep doing what you're doing, sir.
Is that a screenshot that y'all took? Because he was like, how you going to go live and we live right now?
Yeah, it was a screen. Actually, I took the screenshot because I was on his live watching it when this was yesterday.
How he going to go live knowing we live right now?
So, yeah, I said he was live when I took it because I was on his channel yesterday. So,
yeah, man. These dudes are something else, man. So Travis, Travis is not eligible to do his take because he's having some technical difficulties. As you know, as we're trying to get back to doing our normal shows here again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sunday afternoon show, the GOAT James Kingdom show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. We do this live every Sunday noon right here on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership. We do the Lord's work. Today's show, we're actually kind of freestyling it this week because we're at the tail end of the NBA season and all the things that's going on. But we've always told you guys that every basketball discourse, and mostly the most popular basketball discourses, are all basketball platforms that talk about the GOAT debate in general. But here in GOAT James Kingdom, we don't run from it. We don't shy from it. But there's one particular individual now that I'm starting to see that a lot of the Zesty Jeffries are starting to run to. And Travis wanted to call him out. So without Travis being here, I'm going to help Travis call this guy out because I've actually wanted to challenge this gentleman to a one-on-one debate because he talks a lot of recklessness on his channel, and I get all his Zesty Jeffries sending to GOAT James Kingdom his silly posts, and we're going to give you an example who this guy is and how silly he sounds and how quickly he would get exposed if he ever decided to step on the GOAT James Kingdom platform. So let's go ahead and show the guy that Travis was going to expose today, and I'm going to go ahead and expose him, and we're going to expose him together here on the platform. So ladies and gentlemen, here is the #1 Zesty Jeffrey candidate to take over Stephen A's spot, Mr. Glenn Williams. I think it's Glenn Willie, with Willie Glenn.
What's up, fam? Let's talk about GOAT criteria for once. And I know this is going to be a mind bend for you bronzexuals because it's just something you're not good at, sticking to a topic, but we're going to do it anyway, nonetheless. So let's get started with, you can't be considered the GOAT and you've choked on the finals on multiple occasions. There's no getting around 38% from the field in 2007, and there's no getting around turning into the number 2 player on your team in 2011. You can't be considered the GOAT if, in fact, all you do is get coaches fired. You can't be considered the GOAT when, after 22 seasons, you couldn't put your finger on a single player that you developed to a Hall of Fame level. You can't be considered the GOAT when, in fact, all you do is beg for help, and we have proof because you're in videos saying all you do is beg for help. You can't be considered the GOAT when everything that the bronzexual bring up to defend you has to do with longevity and not in-game dominance or annual dominance that we prefer. You cannot be considered the GOAT after 22 seasons and you have less than half of the accolades of Michael Jordan. You cannot be considered the GOAT when all you do is blame every other player and take no responsibility or accountability for yourself. You cannot be the GOAT if, in fact, in the era that you play in, you are not even the best at winning chips. And guess what? Steph Curry's got a better record against you, and so does Tim Duncan. So it's as simple as this. LeBron can't be the GOAT because he's got too many negatives on his side. It's just that simple.
Who the hell is that?
Another guy on social media.
Where do y'all be finding these people from? Do y'all just be searching stupid shit people say about Jordan?
No, this guy's the most popular Jordan guy on social media right now. He's the most popular Jordan guy on the media right now. They love him.
I need to find my, because I don't be seeing who is. I never seen him.
Him and the tank top guy who went at me. Him and the TikTok guy who, I mean, not Facebook guy who went at me. He wear tank tops.
There's a lot
but he's more popular than the guy that went at you.
Yeah, I'm blaming the terrorists. Everybody trying to do something to make some extra money on the side now.
He's popular. Exactly, he's popular what it on TikTok. They love his content. He's big time. All he does is do the same thing all Zesty Jeffries do is talk about LeBron James. He mentioned all these things that, at the end of the day, we can do the same thing with Jordan. We can bring up all of Jordan's negativities if that's the case and bring up how Jordan is nowhere near the GOAT. We can say you can never be the GOAT if you never played 10 straight NBA seasons. You can't be the GOAT if you're out here with 5 losing seasons out of anybody in the top 10. You can't be the GOAT if you have 3 retirements on your resume. You can't be the GOAT.
That's 3 for 3.
You can't be the GOAT if you're 1-9 without Scottie Pippen.
He talks about LeBron so much that if you wouldn't even know who his GOAT is. He talks about LeBron that much. In reality, he really don't even tell you who the GOAT is. On some of his posts, he do tell you Jordan is the GOAT. Most of his GOATs are just talking negatively about LeBron. That's it. I mean,
let me read that again. He introduced the game to casuals and making them think it's all about one. How did Jordan do that? That was the NBA. NBA did that. You got to blame the NBA. You can't blame Jordan for that.
Blame the NBA and Nike.
He's talking about blaming teammates. Jordan blamed all his teammates. Every last one of them.
He said without Pippen, he wouldn't be a champion. He blamed Pippen for winning.
No, he said that if none of them could get in line with how he wanted them to be, that's why he said he developed Scottie Pippen into that. Scottie Pippen didn't do that on his own, but he developed Scottie Pippen. That's why he can take credit for Scottie Pippen. But everybody else had to be on his accord. That's just really it.
Even though early on,
we can talk about Michael Jordan because we don't dislike Michael Jordan. Why are you guys telling us we can't talk about Michael Jordan? You are the one who say you don't like LeBron. You're the one who have 150 reasons to why LeBron can't be the GOAT without having 150 reasons to why Jordan is the GOAT. And you mad at us because we can actually, as a matter of fact, don't let me pull up that same dude using a GOAT James Kingdom graph to explain why Jordan's the GOAT. Don't let me go pull that one up.
Wait, he did that?
Don't let me. Did he? You know what? Yeah, I got that footage.
Son, I don't know these people y'all be putting up here. I really don't know. I don't know these people.
Craig, you really don't be on social media.
We don't know them either.
No, because I'm gonna tell you how I know.
Nobody searches for these dudes. Nobody searches for them. They
can't
just
help
show up.
but see.
Yeah, they just show up.
If you were just on social media just a little bit, you couldn't help but see them because they always there.
Y'all see the stuff I posted in the group? It's usually some funny shit. Like I don't be posting. Who's?
They be trying.
He got the
trying to
beard.
post him in Go James Kingdom.
The one, what's his name, Cheesy or something like that, with the beard, light skinned guy. He only talks negatively about LeBron.
I told you, well, when LeBron retire, a lot of people gonna go broke because they ain't gonna have nothing else to talk about.
Bro,
that's what it seems. It seems it's gonna be that when
Travis
LeBron
is
retire, LeBron retirement is gonna crash the market.
It's gonna hurt a lot of people. And watch ESPN have a lot of layoffs.
It's gonna hurt. Wait till LeBron retire. Y'all gonna really see what's going. You're gonna see all these podcasters going out of business. This is my last episode.
I mean, nobody really wanted to talk about the NBA today. That's the problem too. Like they only want to talk about LeBron.
I mean, all these podcasters are making a lot of money based off this Stephen A. LeBron.
I mean, everything's been LeBron and Jordan for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, when did you make this grab, man? When did you make this?
It's been like 2 years ago, at least, probably longer than 2 years ago. Because Jordan was first on a lot of these things.
He calls
now, so it is old.
He called. As you can see, I don't follow him. It's asking me to follow him, but again, because I do. Again, the algorithm knows that I talk LeBron and Jordan. I type LeBron and Jordan a lot in my Facebook and all over the place. So this is what we get.
Nobody searches for LeBron haters. They just show up.
They just pop up. That's how popular
just show
it is.
up.
In fact, let me see. Hold on, wait. Let me remove the ban. Let me see if it shows. Look how many times it's been shared. And look how many views he has. Look how many likes he has and comments. But again, if you look closely, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Go James
You got
Kingdom.
the decency to screenshot, mark out your damn face on your logo.
They don't know that. They don't know that's our logo. They don't know that's Go James Kingdom. They don't know that's our post. They don't know that. This is I've seen several Zesty Jeffries share this. Because Brandon and I talked the game of basketball, and some of this is not even true anymore. Jordan don't have the regular season win shares per 48 or PER anymore.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's old. It's the PER thing.
Yeah, he's some of this stuff, and obviously we know Jordan don't have those steals titles. He doesn't have those steals. Those don't count anymore. As we know, those don't count either. So, but again, look, he was proud. You should see, look, you can see it in his face, in his eyes, his demeanor. He was just telling everybody, look, subject 22 is LeBron. Subject 22 has no case other than longevity. That's what he calls LeBron.
It's crazy because they learned in the word.
Anything after average amount of players. Anything after the average career in the NBA is longevity. So if the average career is 4 years and you played 5, you're longevity.
You have longevity.
Longevity.
If you played twice as long as the average, that's definitely longevity. If you played 8 to 9, 10 years, that's long. If you played 10 NBA seasons, that's long enough. That's a nice career. What's it called? Said he played a long career. Kwame Brown, right? He played what, 12 years, 11, 12 years? He'll tell you I had a long career. Exactly. So. But
they pay for his insurance.
they've been out here circulating our stuff, and then people like Willie, Willie's a spy. Willie go tell all the Zesty Jeffries what's going on in Go James Kingdom. Shout out to Willie, man. Hopefully,
what did he say? That's the reason we don't die buying LeBrons. Did he say that?
What did he say? Oh, what, Willie?
Yeah.
We don't buy or die for LeBrons. Yeah, he's a crowd. You know they're criminals.
Well, talk about shoes, because Jordan fans are very smart. They would kill themselves over shoes that they could just buy next week. So they're like the smartest fans.
Hey, not every person is. That's not every.
They can't buy it, Brandon. They can't buy it because they don't got jobs.
Yeah, they are very smart. I mean, you got to be real smart to do that. That's why Jordan fans are the smartest.
Right, then they just had some in New York where they was fighting.
The whole gang of them fighting.
It definitely wasn't Jordan fan. No, they wasn't fighting. They wasn't fighting over the shoes. They was fighting because he tried to skip the line or some shit that I heard. So technically, it wasn't the shoe. It was trying to get the shoe.
How dare you do what LeBron do and skip the line to be the greatest? You can't do stuff like that. That don't work on a Jordan line for some J's. What's wrong with you? Sound like a LeBron fan trying to skip the line, trying to get some free pair of J's.
Listen, I don't do that no more. I never fought over no shoe.
Craig said he don't do that no more. So he's chill now. He said he don't do that no more. He's chill now. He's not fighting anybody over no Jordans anymore.
No, I don't stand in those lines no more.
So you still whooping ass for them J's? I
mean, you ain't got to stand in lines no more. You can buy it online now.
Oh my God!
Before I even get.
I mean, some Jordan fans don't know that. So
yeah, people still think you gotta stand in line and wait
technology.
for to open up.
They don't know that. They
don't know. Like Finish Line on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, they have something called exclusive access for all their highly released shoes, where you can go pre-order and buy the shoe before the release date, so you ain't got to deal with stupid shit like that. But a lot of people don't know. And Saturday when the shoe come out, they stand in the line and why is he just walking out with a shoe and he just came here? And that's how fights start. You've been standing there for 2 hours. You see a dude walk in 5 minutes later, he coming out with a shoe you've been waiting for 2 hours to buy. It's an issue.
That's that damn Jordan rage. That Jordan rage. You see something, you just ready to fight. I'm crazy.
I'd be upset too.
Hey, Craig, that's how I got these, Craig.
Yeah.
Y'all out here punching each other for
I had a $20 coupon for those too, so I got $20 off for that. I'm telling y'all.
These ain't it, but the Jordan 3s were the first Jordans I ever got in my life. They was $80 when they first came out.
Mine was the 5s in 90. I was old enough to know what I was buying. I didn't have to get my mother to just, here, put these on. I bought you these.
You got to think, $80 during that time. Woo.
Yeah. I was a British Knight kid for a while, though. I ain't going to lie.
Hey,
my mom had to buy 2 pairs.
But before I take this Zesty Jeffrey off my screen, I want anyone of you Zesty Jeffries in the comments that can go get this man and tell him that Johnny said he wants the 1v1. I am ready for this dude right here. This is the one I want for sure. He can come here because I know he's not gonna come here because they scared of Brandon and I. But
I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. I gotta see you.
All right, yeah, man, get up out of here, man.
All right, Craig.
Great segment, Craig.
All right, Craig.
Great segment, Craig, man. But
Craig finally came on and knew what he's talking about.
Craig did his thing. Shout out to you, Craig, man. This shit is great, man. But we, again, if y'all can go find that Zesty Jeffrey, tell him I want my 1v1. Or if he feels comfortable coming on a Sunday afternoon, he's more than welcome. Brandon and I are always welcome to any one of you guys, for sure. But don't be afraid. And come talking about us recklessly now, because we just.
Or he can come on the radar. Both of y'all can come on the radar and have that 1v1.
That'd be great. And also, we just reached 11K, Brandon. Shout out to the GOAT James Kingdom.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Everybody who supports what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. That is for sure. Man, we do. He said, "Here we go. Impact." I know. What does that mean? You don't know. Who knows what that means? Nobody knows what that means. Yeah.
Those words that.
Nope, he's not going to average 25. He would have to average over 31 to do that in the next 6 games. Can he do that? I don't think he will, though.
I think LeBron took his foot off the gas.
Yeah, he did.
With scoring, he took his foot off the gas with scoring.
No, I think once he got hurt, he had made that decision. I ain't going, because he would have got it if he had never got hurt.
Yeah, if he never get, because he was already over 25 points per game.
Yeah.
But those few games he came back, scoring under 15, 3-4 times.
Yeah.
Sucks, but oh well. He did it 20+ seasons, so.
Which may be a mark that's never broken. I mean.
Yeah. Who knows? He could probably do it next year, because he's coming back. Oops,
Yeah. I was bringing up Zero's comment. Shout out to Zero, man. Always supporting us from day one. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually going to be watching the game. So if you guys want to watch the game with us, we're going to be watching the Lakers versus the OKC Thunder game. That's going to be coming on in the next couple of hours. We're going to have the private lobby right here on GOAT James Kingdom. watching it. Also, you can watch us on Playback TV. Don't forget to come check us out on Playback TV as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. Here in GOAT James Kingdom, we not only talk the game of basketball, we actually watch it. And by becoming a member of GOAT James Kingdom, you'll have access to watch the games with us right here on Playback TV/GOAT James Kingdom. All GOAT James Kingdom members will have access to watch the games with us, especially when the Los Angeles Lakers face anyone in the NBA. Also, we'll be going live with other games and other streams regarding the basketball. If you like the content here in GOAT James Kingdom, please hit that like button, comment, become a subscriber to the channel, and also don't forget to become a member of GOAT James Kingdom.
Indeed, indeed. Shout out to all of you guys who support us, indeed. And also shout out to all our detractors like Wall Street Brandon is who's in the building. Wall Street Brandon, what lies you're about to convey to us today?
Yeah, no, what you guys, and this is the usual thing that you guys do on this show, and this is what the LeBron people do, is you try and rely on misleading stats that are inflated for the era LeBron played in, like VORP, when the only reason LeBron's VORP is high is because he couldn't play in a system, and that's why when he went off the court, his team struggled. But to the point of the topic of the video about players playing in different eras, Michael Jordan would be much more efficient as a scorer in this era than he was in the 90s because it's far easier to score in this era. The defenders aren't as big, the rules are different, but there are also very few rim protectors. So LeBron James shoots 39% when he's not in the paint. And so if you look at LeBron's first 10 years, not 5 or 7, LeBron's first 10 years in the NBA, he was never a consistent shooter. He shot 36% against the Spurs in the finals his first time there. He averaged 2 points a game in the fourth quarter against Dallas against basic zone defenses because he couldn't shoot. The Dallas was putting J.J. Barea on him and playing basic zone defenses with Tyson Chandler as a rim protector. LeBron couldn't shoot. And again, so Lee's gassing up LeBron's 2013 season, but he cooks himself with that argument last show too, because even in 2013, LeBron James couldn't shoot in the finals against the Spurs defense in 2013 because they had a rim protector. LeBron was shooting 42% and 29% from three the first 6 games of that 2013 finals, which Lee claims is LeBron's best season in the NBA. He couldn't even shoot consistently in the finals that year. And if LeBron played in the 90s against David Robinson, against Hakeem Olajuwon, against Patrick Ewing, against bigger, more physical defenders, without spacing, without that talent around him, he would have struggled significantly. Because even when people talk about the illegal defense rules of the 90s, the centers in the 90s couldn't shoot. So the paint was never open because there weren't centers who could shoot that could get the centers out of the paint. So if LeBron played against the Knicks defense of the 90s, if he played against the Houston defense with good perimeter defenders like Robert Horry and a rim protector like Hakeem Olajuwon, those defenses were better than the Spurs, the Mavericks, or the 2013 Spurs defense that LeBron couldn't do shit against, even in his prime and peak years. LeBron would not have been close to the same player in the 90s that he was in the small ball era, where he gets to bully smaller defenders and cook defenses like the Golden State Warriors with a fucking 6'5" center in Draymond Green.
Hey, Brandon.
I have a question. I have a question for you. What was Jordan's best season to you?
I would say that Jordan's best individual season is when he averaged 37 a game in the 80s. He was DPOI and MVP. I would say Jordan's best season is the Bulls' best team was the 93 team.
Okay, what was Jordan's best season? Is 1987?
Yeah, I'd say Jordan's best playoff runs 90. I'd say Jordan's best playoff runs 93. His best regular season is DPOI MVP 37 a game.
That's 88. So 88, Jordan couldn't shoot.
87, 88.
I know, yeah. Jordan couldn't shoot. The Pistons daring him to shoot, and all he did was throw up bricks. But you're talking about LeBron James didn't have a great season in 2013 when he led the league in almost everything, was the best offensive and defensive player in the league, and he won the NBA title and the MVP. But you're talking about Michael Jordan, best season was when he couldn't shoot at all. And they dared him to shoot, and he couldn't shoot. And he complained and went to the league and told David Stern that you have to start calling more fouls so I could dunk easier. Is that what you're saying?
So let me ask you a question. Who is a better defense? Who is a better defense? The Detroit Pistons defense, and Jordan did not struggle. Like you guys keep saying that.
He definitely struggled. He lost 3 straight games. He struggled. Yeah, he struggled.
Okay. No. Okay, if you look at Jordan's field goal percentage, and this is true that you guys keep pushing this lie. If you look at the reason the Bulls couldn't beat the Pistons in the 80s, it was not because of Jordan struggling as a scorer. It was because Scottie Pippen was averaging 12 points a game and shooting 30% from the field, but the other reason, the other part of the reason why Jordan struggled against Detroit's defenses in the 80s was because Jordan wasn't yet playing team basketball and moving the ball and getting his teammates involved. But Jordan's struggles had nothing to do. Hold on. Jordan's struggles were not related to his shooting. Jordan was shooting 45% from the field, which against an all-time great defense is not a bad number. LeBron shot 36% against the Spurs. He averaged 2 points a quarter against Dallas. And LeBron's peak year, your peak year for LeBron, which you say is 2013, LeBron shot like shit in the finals against the Spurs defense that wasn't even as good as the best defenses in the 90s, like the ones I mentioned, like New York and Houston. And Jordan was playing far better competition in the East than LeBron too. LeBron never played a team as good as the Pistons teams Jordan played in the 80s, period.
I mean, Jordan never played a team as good as the Spurs in his whole career.
Yes, he did. He played the 86 Celtics and the Pistons.
Oh, yeah, he got swept.
Wait, are you saying, hold on, are you saying that Spurs team is better than the 86 Celtics? You're saying that Spurs team's better than the 86 Celtics?
I mean, I guess I wouldn't know because Jordan got swept, so he got swept.
Oh my God!
Jordan got swept.
Jordan
got swept, and he flared out.
And Jordan averaged 43 a game in that series. Jordan averaged 43 a game. Jordan averaged 43 a game in that series. He was efficient.
It's my turn to speak, sir. It's my turn to speak, sir. And just to show you how much of a liar Brandon Wall Street is, in the 2013 NBA Finals, LeBron James was the second best shooting guy in the mid-range for the whole entire series. The only guy who shot better than LeBron James from mid-range was Chris Bosh at 39.5%. LeBron shot 37.5%. No one shot better than LeBron James there. In the corners, three-pointers. In the corner three-pointers, LeBron James shot above 45%. He shot in total from all the corners, it didn't matter what it was, he shot 43% from there. And then it was above the break, LeBron James was shooting 34.5. Where was LeBron James not shooting good in the 2013 finals?
I mean,
Where?
he won the game on a mid-range jumper in Game 7 over Kawhi Leonard.
So now that I gave you those numbers, can you please tell me, Brandon, where did LeBron James shoot bad at in those finals?
Okay, so LeBron James' true shooting percentage in the first 6 games, the first 6 games of the series was below 50%.
True shooting is not field goal percentage. True shooting is not field goal percentage.
True shooting is the best measure of efficiency. Right.
No, it's not. That's scoring efficiency. That is scoring efficiency. You didn't say. You said LeBron couldn't shoot.
If
true
that's
shooting
the case,
does not
LeBron
measure. It doesn't
is
measure
a
how
better
you
shooter
shoot.
than Michael Jordan. If that's
Exactly.
the case, LeBron James is a better shooter than Michael Jordan. So all the shit you're saying don't make any sense.
So stop lying when you don't know the numbers. Stop lying and conflating numbers that don't count. True shooting does not represent your shooting percentage.
LeBron had no
So you said
volume from the
LeBron was
mid-range, but you're
shooting
saying
bad.
it's live.
No, I'm not saying it's like I'm on NBA.com, and if we look at everybody who took the most shots for those finals, LeBron James was second to Chris Bosh. Everybody else shot bad. Dwayne Wade shot 36.5. Tony Parker shot 25% from mid-range. Tim Duncan
had a hamstring injury in that series.
Tim Duncan shot 34% from mid-range. Kawhi Leonard shot 33%.
Duncan was old.
Kawhi Leonard shot 33% from mid-range. Chalmers shot 33% from mid-range. Ray Allen shot 33% from mid-range. What are you talking about here, sir? All these guys were all nobody. LeBron shot better than all of them. The only one person shot better than him was Chris Bosh. That was it. So you're lied when you said LeBron was only getting to the basket. And when LeBron got to the basket, he was making it at a 68% clip versus the elite rim protection that you were talking about. So even under those circumstances, LeBron James was still elite in scoring in that series and won the finals MVP and had one of the greatest finals performances of all time during those finals.
Okay, so there's a couple things you're saying that are completely misleading. First of all, LeBron had no significant volume in the mid-range. That's why his shooting numbers, his true shooting percentage, was below 50% the first six games. Number two, I'm comparing LeBron to Jordan.
That's a lie. That's a lie. In those NBA finals, the only person to take more mid-range jumpers than LeBron James in those NBA finals was Dwayne Wade, who took 63 mid-range jumpers in the NBA finals, and LeBron was second in those same finals with 48. In fact, LeBron James shot more mid-range jump shots than Tony Parker and Tim Duncan did. So why are you lying? Don't lie on GOAT James Kingdom. Continue.
No, what I said is that as a percentage of LeBron's overall shots, he did not have significant volume in the mid-range. And what I'm saying is LeBron was not efficient the first 6 games of the series. Again, LeBron shot 42% from the field and 29% from 3 for the first 6 games in the series. Now,
what did
LeBron
he do the last 4?
Big games.
What did he do the last 4 games?
No. The only reason Miami won the series is Ray Allen bailed LeBron out in Game 6. And if Ray Allen doesn't hit that shot, LeBron has no legacy. If the NBA doesn't suspend Draymond Green for Game 5 in 2016, the Cavs lose and LeBron has no legacy.
All right.
Michael Jordan never went.
All right, so the last 4 games of the series, the Heat won 3-1. LeBron shot 48% from the field, 43% from the three-point line, averaged 32 points per game, 10 boards, 7 assists, 3 steals, and a block. So this is the dude who's coming up here saying that LeBron had a horrible series versus the Spurs in 2013. When LeBron James was the Finals MVP, and he's trying to say Michael Jordan 1988 year was his best year when he flared out in round 2, losing 3 straight games in a row, shooting under 45% from the field, averaging under 25 points per game, with 4+ turnovers. Like, what are you talking about? Why you come over here and try to make this ridiculous argument? This is not a good argument to make.
No,
this is a sad argument to make.
Okay, wait. So I heard it. So you cook yourself again. Because if you look, LeBron James shot badly his first time in the finals. He shot 36%. LeBron James shot like shit against Dallas in 2011. And even on LeBron's, as you claim, Lee, LeBron's peak year in 2013, he didn't shoot well the first 3, 4, 6 games of the series. You can't name one time Jordan struggled in the finals, because Jordan was one of the best mid-range shooters in NBA history, and Jordan was a top 3 mid-range shooter in the 90s. Michael Jordan had no significant deficiency in his game. LeBron has a significant deficiency, and that's why he can't be the GOAT. LeBron was never a consistent shooter in his time.
All right,
that's
you're saying Michael Jordan in 1988. Okay, hold on, since you can't stop talking. You said Michael Jordan in 1988 was the best version of Michael Jordan. And clearly 2013 was way better than 1988. So by your standards, LeBron James at his best was better than Michael Jordan at his best. That's basically what you're saying.
No, because if Michael Jordan in 1987 had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and
my goodness,
he would have fucking swept these.
He's a liar. In 1998, Michael Jordan shot 32% in the NBA Finals versus the Utah Jazz. 32% on higher volume. He was 32 of 99 in the 98 NBA Finals in the mid-range. In 97, in the mid-range, Michael Jordan's best mid-range shooting seasons, he shot 39.8%, just under 40% from mid-range in the NBA Finals versus Jeff Hornacek.
Yeah, and he's lucky that we don't have the numbers for the 96 mid-range when Gary Payton was locking him up.
Excuse me. Can I chime in, please?
Oh wait, hold on.
Go ahead, Juan Boy. Go ahead, Juan Boy. Go ahead. Go ahead, Juan Boy.
You looking
Go ahead, Juan Boy.
bad Wall Street. You looking
Jordan
bad.
shot
Go ahead,
better in the
Juan.
'98 finals.
No, he
You
did
looking
not.
bad Wall Street. You
Get out of
looking
here.
bad.
Get out of
You
here.
looking bad. You're
Versus a
saying
worse
88 was
defense.
his best season.
Versus a
Come
worse
on,
defense.
You
Versus a
looking
worse
bad.
defense.
You
Versus
came
a
up here
worse
and looked
defense.
bad.
You talking about
go
LeBron
regroup.
James who shot
need to go
37.5 versus Kawhi Leonard and Michael Jordan who shot 39% versus Jeff Hornacek. And then let's not forget he shot 32% the year afterwards. So his average is going to be lower than 37%. Do you want me to go to 2014 to show you what LeBron was shooting from the mid-range then? Because you don't know these numbers. You're just a liar.
Yeah, don't come up here and say stupid shit because it ain't gonna work out for you.
No,
You're
it's
not going to be the first person. You're not going to be the first person.
because LeBron James shot 41% in 2014 NBA Finals versus the same San Antonio Spurs team. So overall, in those two finals, LeBron James shot better from mid-range than Jordan did in Jordan's best mid-range jump shooting seasons for his entire NBA career.
And we already know it in '96, he shot the worst that he did in any finals. So his numbers are probably even lower.
Exactly.
He shot 31% versus Gary Payton. So Michael Jordan is shooting at his best. It's not even close to LeBron James.
Stop coming on Goat James Kingdom line. Let's let Juan Boy in as a Goat James Kingdom member. Thank you for supporting us, brother. What you got for us today, brother? We listening.
Yeah. I know y'all gotta get y'all so frustrated that y'all leave stuff out. Let's not. He talk about Jordan never shot bad in the finals. The Bulls were up 3-0 in 1996. Gary Payton was nursing a sore calf, and then Nate McMillan was out with back injuries, and Jordan shot 22 for 60 in the last 3 games. I think he was 6 for 19 in Game 4, 11 for 22 Game 5, and 6 for 19. He won Finals MVP shooting 6 for 19.
If George Karl had Gary Payton on him, that whole series they would have probably lost.
He shot hard. He talk about he didn't shoot bad, never shot bad. What is missing 38 shots in 3 games? That's shooting horrible.
Ashad Kemp said Jordan was a non-factor.
Yeah,
it was Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. All them rebounds, them tip-ins, and all of that stuff.
All them offensive rebounds, yes.
Yeah, all the offensive rebounds, all them bricks. Let's go ahead and bring this dude back up because he's funny. What else you got to say? Get destroyed.
Let's let Dr. Enke come in too as well. Wait,
hold on. So again, what you're saying is a lie. So first of all, when you look at shooting percentages, you don't even know how to read stats. Of course, a player is going to have better shooting stats in the 2010s than the 90s.
All right, that's stupid. All right, come on.
What?
That's just fucking stupid. I can't listen to the
Yo, what? I don't even know where he was going to go with that.
Yeah, he's okay, Dr. Eagle. Go ahead and let us know.
He was going to go to they play better defense. That's what he was going to go to.
Right. Go ahead, crap.
Yeah.
Now, hey, listen, I can't hold you. I was enjoying listening to y'all cook him up. Even my children was enjoying listening to him get cooked in the background. I think sometimes people just tune in to see people get sacrificed on this. It's like the Braun Illuminati over here. We just be sacrificing.
Hey,
I wanted to hear what he thought.
He brought up LeBron shooting 42%, right? In the last 4 games of the '96 Finals, Jordan shot under 40%. He shot under 31% from three-point land. Jordan averaged 27 points per game, below his playoff average, below his regular season average in the last 3 games, and the Chicago Bulls lost 2 of those 4 games. And he was 5 of 19 in the clinch game, shooting 26% from the field.
Horrible.
And he was 4 of 16 from the 2-pointer. Matter of fact, he got half his points from the free throw line.
Those phantom calls. He needed them though.
Yep.
He needed those though.
That whistle definitely
was
helped elevate him.
He needed them though. All right, let's go ahead and bring Brandon back up because you guys love hearing him get cooked.
Yeah,
come on, so we can cook. basketball.
debate.
Come
You
over here,
can't-
cookie
you
some
can't-
more.
I know. I heard what you said. You can't have a debate without cooking or putting me backstage. So first, you argued that the '86 Celtics were not as good as the 2013 Spurs, which was probably the dumbest argument I've ever heard on any YouTube or playback channel. Jordan averaged 43 points.
No, that's your dumb argument. No. Stop doing that, Brandon. Brandon, that's your argument. We didn't bring up the '86 Celtics. You can't use Jordan getting swept as to make it seem like Jordan did something better. Jordan got swept. So why are you bringing '86 Celtics when Jordan got swept? Jordan never beat that team. He never beat
better than Spurs.
Jordan never beat a team better than the Spurs. He never beat a team better than the Spurs. He never beat a team better than the Spurs. That's facts.
He never played a team better than the
those
Dallas
are
Mavericks.
those are not facts. Those are not facts at all.
What
In fact,
team was better than the Spurs that Jordan beat? What team that Jordan that was better than the Spurs?
Oh, the Utah team? The Utah team had a better.
Come on, man.
No. The Spurs. Okay, the Spurs.
The team that scored 54 points in the game?
Hold on, I know. I heard what you said. The Spurs team LeBron beat. Tony Parker had a hamstring injury in Game 5. Kawhi Leonard was a fucking baby. The other thing is when Kawhi was the primary defender on LeBron, LeBron shot 36% from the field. So Kawhi made LeBron his bitch. LeBron couldn't shoot the first 3 times in the finals. LeBron's true shooting percentage was below 50%. In the 2013 finals before Game 7, and the '98 finals finished.
Dude, that's only like 4 percentage points behind.
Hold on. Yo, I
Jordan
heard what
was
you
shooting
said.
against
The
Gary
'98
Payton,
finals
man.
proves
Who's the
why
better
Jordan
player?
is the GOAT. Because in 1998, Scottie Pippen was debilitated with back injuries. So Michael Jordan had no second option in '98, and he still won the finals. LeBron James never won a single finals with a second option as bad as Pippen with his back issues was in '98. Michael Jordan never went 7. He has 6 finals appearances, 6 finals MVPs. LeBron James shot like shit his first 3 years in the finals, including what Lee says is his prime and peak season in 2013. And Utah's defensive rating was better than the Spurs in 2013. You're grossly overrating that 2013 Spurs. Tony Parker and Ginobili were past
Defensive
their
rating
prime.
is
Kawhi was a baby, and Tim Duncan was an older player. The 2013 Spurs are not remotely close
He's not
to
gonna
an
stop
all-time
talking.
great team.
He's not gonna
the 93 Suns were as good as
That's
that
why they keep
Spurs
taking
team.
him off because he won't stop
Do
talking.
you realize defensive rating is going to be better when the offenses are shittier? Like,
No, you can't look at offensive ratings from different eras, you idiot.
you're doing that for defensive errors. That was the whole point, dumbass.
No, you're a dumbass. The Utah defense was a better defense than that Spurs defense.
Hold on, wait, hold up.
This is why he gets mute. No. This is why he gets mute, Brandon, because he's a liar. The 2013 Spurs had a defensive rating, ladies and gentlemen, of 101.6. The 97 Utah Jazz was 104. So they didn't have a better defensive rating. That's why he wants to keep talking and not let us intervene to address all that he's saying.
He just keeps
he's
lying
a
and lying.
liar. He just
That's all he
keeps
does.
lying. That's all he does is lie. Like, stop lying. They didn't have a better defensive rating. Where are you getting these numbers from?
He's just making shit up. He's just making shit up.
In 2014, in 2014, the San Antonio Spurs defensive rating was 102.4. The Utah Jazz in 1998 was 105.4. They never had the better defense than the San Antonio Spurs. Never.
Maybe he thinks the higher the rating, the better. Maybe that's what it is.
Ryan Russell.
He just says that because he's a liar. That's why he gets cooked. So again, stop lying, Brandon.
And you don't even care about defensive rating. I don't even know why you're bringing it up.
He's a liar. That's just a lie.
You just bring it up defensive rating, and you don't even believe in that stat.
He's saying Brian
And Michael Jordan.
No,
and Michael
it's not a lie.
and Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan got cooked by Gary Payton. And and Michael Jordan got stopped and cooked by Gary Payton. What are you talking about? A 6'2", a 6'2", a 6. Yes, he did. When the three games that Gary Payton stuck Michael Jordan shot less than 35% from the field. Yes, he had 3 bad games in a row.
32%.
He had 3 bad games in a row because they put Gary Payton on him.
No, it was 32% on Payton.
No, first of
So
all,
stop
Gary
lying.
Payton guarded. No, what you're saying is a lie because when you look at defensive ratings, you have to adjust for strength of schedule and strength of competition.
What?
And so the West
What?
was loaded.
Wait. There's no what defensive. Wait. What defensive rating is equated with sense of schedule? Where's that at? Where did you get that from? Where are you getting this from?
You're literally muting me every 5
Yes,
seconds.
because you have to address that. You have to address. You can't just come random. What strength of schedule? What strength of schedule? What are you using? What are you using? What are you using to say the schedule? What are you using? Because you lied on defensive rating. So what are you using? Stop lying.
No,
what are you using?
First of all, right. So first of all, when you look at Michael Jordan's true shooting percentage, he was far more efficient, adjusted for his era in the finals than LeBron was his first 3 finals appearances. LeBron shot.
You can't 3 finals. You can't use 3 finals appearances and Jordan 6 finals appearances. What are you
I
talking
can do whatever
about?
the fuck I want.
No, you can't. You can get the fuck off Go James Kingdom because you get cooked on Go James Kingdom. The only reason we let you back up is let him cook. No, because once he gets disrespectful, I have to get him off the channel. He can't tell me he gets to do what the fuck he wants because he doesn't get to do what he wants. He doesn't. This is not his panel. This is not his show. He don't even have no likers, no subscribers. Nobody cares to hear what his lies. He got caught in several lies within the last 10, 15 minutes.
I wanted to hear what he thought. Jordan
well, you come help him. You come help him, King Speech, bro. You come help him. He's bringing up true shooting when true shooting got nothing to do with this. When LeBron James is a better true shooter than Jordan for his career. So that makes him better than Jordan.
In the regular season and postseason.
On what planet is Brian Russell and Greg Ostertag better than Kawhi and Tim Duncan?
Never.
In his.
Okay, if you squint
or
your
even
eyes
Andre
and go to
Iguodala
sleep.
and Draymond.
For Michael Jordan's career in the finals compared to LeBron's true shooting percentage is higher.
Thank you. That's why he wanted to go to the first 3. That's why he wanted to go to the first 3 finals because he wants to bring up the 07. He needs 07.
He needs some help.
He needs help. He needs to get the fuck off Go James Kingdom with
then
that
he brought
bullshit.
up that tired ass talking point about Ray Allen saving his, but like LeBron scored what?
Sending it to overtime.
And so did Scotty. Scotty saved Jordan's legacy countless times. He saved Jordan's 1988 season. If not, Jordan would have lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round. He would have had another first round loss if it wasn't for Scottie Pippen.
And he even said that LeBron had a better peak because he used Michael Jordan 88 season. So 2013 was better than 88.
And he lied in 88 because he said Jordan averaged 37 points in 88. Jordan averaged 37.
And he don't even know what's going on.
They don't know Jordan's career. They
don't know what's going on. He just make up a whole bunch of stuff.
Exactly.
That's why I was surprised he said 1987. I'm like, didn't he get swept in the first round? And
he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Plain idiot.
He needs a notebook. He needs to write some stuff down.
King Speech Road.
Come on ahead, King Speech, because you did bad last. You did bad yesterday.
I did pretty great. Y'all didn't let me finish, but there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. Y'all just wanted to go on to certain things, but
okay. Wait, hold on for a second. Johnny did not hear what you was talking about. So can you explain your greatest criteria? So
again, like y'all started, I said when if you're gonna be in the top 10, you have got to be at least the best player at any point. So everybody in my top 10, I have at one point gave them the title of best player.
It'd be crazy if I was disrespectful right now, wouldn't it?
And again, when I say best player, I don't mean okay, you have to win a championship that year to be the best player. Once you have championships in your resume, then that takes into account. And if you're in your prime like Kobe was, yes, he took the crown in 04. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, that's fine that you say he's the best player in 04. It just has to be consistent across the board. That's all we're saying.
At that point, look,
have barely any relevance, dude. That's a team achievement.
It's a lot more than
it's fine. It's fine. Just be consistent. That's all we're saying. Like if Kobe was the best player in 2004, just be consistent across the board. That's all.
No, again, I am consistent because at the end of the day, in 2004, when I give Kobe the crown, he is a 3-time champion. That's in his resume. You can't take that away. Again, there's guys. Okay, now I'm giving LeBron top 5 in the league, of course, when he doesn't have a championship yet. I'm giving him top 5 when he got swept by the Spurs. right? You can't take that away from him because LeBron is that good. The first thing I'm going to look at is, are you a dominant player? Before LeBron won championships, he's a dominant player. Before Michael Jordan won championships, he was a dominant player. Now the championships brings you even higher up. You understand what I'm saying? It puts you in a lexicon with the guys like Russell, with the guys like Magic and stuff. You couldn't call Jordan the GOAT in 1990, right? Obviously, the championships now, and mind you, I didn't want to give up the GOAT. To me, Magic was my GOAT until Jordan took it. Until Jordan got to 6 rings, 1 championship over. So again, there's a lot of things that you look at, and then at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to take when you have losing seasons in your prime, or you have losing seasons with teams that are favored to win the championship. That's gonna come against you as well.
So do Kobe get knocked for 2005 for not making the playoffs?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Okay. That's why I don't have him in my top 5.
Okay. And you said that Michael Jordan was the best player in 1989, even though Magic was the MVP and won 5 titles prior.
You know what? You could say Magic was still. You could actually, but the Magic got swept by the Pistons in 89. Right, so they got swept 04. Again, when y'all said Isaiah Thomas, okay, Isaiah Thomas could arguably have the crown for that 1 or 2 years, maybe when he went back to back. Arguably,
but you said Jordan had it. That was the thing. You said Jordan.
No, well, I said look, Jordan was so Jordan. You know, we all know this. Jordan's stats made him undeniable, like top 3, top 4. I mean, obviously, a lot of people were just waiting to crown him until he won the championship, right? But
the same with LeBron.
Jordan was far ahead. I mean, like Bird was falling off, even though he was still great. Magic was getting swept by, getting swept post Kareem. Right? Well, he got swept with Kareem, and then he got knocked out in '90 by the Suns. So, again, at the end of the day, you're talking about, right? All right, if the guy is number 1, it might be guys that are number 2, number 3, number 4. They're in that. You understand what I'm saying? They're in that. You're in the argument. It's the same way that Joker's number 1 and SGA might be in that argument, right? Right now, if you're going to look at who's the best players right now, I'm going to look at who's good now, and I'm going to look at their resume. Now, for SGA to kind of overtake the Joker, we need the championship in his crown, right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
But I was just saying,
at the end of the day, it's like, Kobe fell off the perch because the team rebuilt, but he was still a 3-time champion and a big part of it. Second best player, he wasn't Scottie Pippen. I mean, we know that. He was right there with Shaq. It's like the 2 most dominant players in the league at that time.
We're not going to do that. He wasn't right there with Shaq. We know.
The third.
See, you act like I'm knocking Shaq away.
The 2011 Mavericks had a defensive rating of 105, and that defense shut LeBron down. Jordan defenses the defenses Jordan faced in Utah had a lower defensive rating. Yeah. So Utah was a better defense using defensive rating than the Dallas defense that completely shut LeBron down when LeBron
Dallas didn't shut LeBron down.
And again, Michael Jordan shot far
Dallas
better
didn't shut LeBron down.
Since the 80s, the Knicks of the 90s.
All right, Brandon. Okay,
so we shut LeBron down in 2011.
Let's King Speech finish what he was saying.
The reason that Dallas shut.
All right, let him finish what he was saying. Like, it's fine. Like, you could go again, but let King's speech finish what he was saying.
Wait your turn, bro.
So if anybody got a question challenging my criteria, because I want y'all to see that I am consistent with it.
No, you're not.
Okay. All right. So your criteria, one of the main things that you have to be the best player for a period of time, and you said
at some point,
and you said Kobe was better longer than LeBron, right? You said from 04 to 11, and you said Bron was only from.
No, I actually gave them the best player at about the same length of time. For the same length of time, I didn't give them about 6-7 years each.
So Kobe was 6 years, and LeBron was 6 years, and Jordan was how long?
6 years.
Jordan probably had a decade, but of course you got to take off when he didn't play. Yeah.
So
I mean, Jordan was the best player playing baseball.
So you're saying 10 years for Jordan, 6 years for LeBron, 6 years for Kobe.
What 10
And
years for Jordan? Oh, wait, what 10
How
years?
does Jordan only? How does LeBron?
How does Jordan got 10 years? How does Jordan have 10 years? What 10
okay.
years?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Muhammad Ali, when he was in prison, was he considered the best boxer in the world? Because I'm doing it the boxing way, right?
No, he's not boxing.
No.
Okay, I know it's not boxing, but I'm trying to.
No, it's not the same.
Okay, no. To make it easier, to make it easy, just tell us the years Jordan was the best player in the league. That's just solves it all. What years?
All right, from me 89 till he hung it up in 98.
89, 90,
98.
91, 92, 93.
That's less
Are
than
you
10
saying
years.
95?
You want to skip 94? You can. You want to skip 94? You can. 95? Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Okay. 95, 96, 97, 98. That's 8 years. That you said Michael Jordan was the best player in the league. And can you explain to me? Okay, all right, that's cool. Can you explain to me why Michael Jordan was the best player in 1989?
Why was he the best? Because he was that dominant. He was the MVP. Well, then he come off as defensive player of the year.
1989. He was not
okay. In '88, he won defensive player of the year. And see, I know how y'all want to do it. Y'all want to do this individual year. Y'all want to do this individual year. But see, again, you can't do an individual year. At the end of the day, when you get to a point where you are the best player, and I can say no one is better. I can say Magic might be second, might be third, might beat you in a series, but he's not better than you because now Jordan is the best in the league, right?
Okay, you just say he's the best because you just feel he was better than everybody in the league. That's all.
I mean, you win an MVP and the defensive player of the year, and I mean scoring titles year after year. Yeah.
Okay. So if we say LeBron was better than everybody longer than Jordan, why is that an issue when he obviously was?
Yeah, like from 2007 to
okay, so tell me. So let me ask you this. When did you think LeBron took the best? See, best and greatest, two different things, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay. So when did you think LeBron took the best, and when did you think anybody knocked him off the perch? If you think anybody knocked him off the perch.
For me, LeBron probably was the best player in the NBA in 2006 to 21.
And that's crazy because Kobe was that good. Had 3 championships already, then he won another 2.
But you said it's not about that. You said Magic Johnson was not better than Michael Jordan when Magic had 5 titles with an MVP that year. That's
why I said he's inconsistent.
How is that lying?
No, I'm not. I'm not being. You got to understand, Magic is my favorite player.
Oh, we understand, but you have to be consistent. So you're saying LeBron wasn't the best player because he didn't have titles, and Kobe had 3 as a role player, but Magic had.
Well, Kobe had 3 as a role player now, sir. No. Okay, see, right there, you're killing yourself.
Okay,
was Kobe a role player in the 3P?
Yes. He was not the best player.
That's ridiculous. Yes. Okay, now with the role players don't score 32 points a game in the series.
You said Jordan was better than Magic, even though Magic had 5 titles and he won an MVP that season. That you said Michael Jordan was better than Magic. So by your criteria, it's not consistent because you're saying Kobe Bryant, what he did prior, should trump what LeBron was doing in 2006, which is not the case.
Not exactly, because again, you talk about 89 when Magic got swept. Okay, 88, Magic went back to back, right?
And we talking about 86 when Kobe quit on his team and lost 3.
Yeah, like what you talking
about? 06 when Kobe quit on his team. Okay, so
lost a 3-1 lead.
Okay,
and
all right, you're right.
Lead. Oh wait, bro.
You're right.
Didn't he choke bro? Didn't he choke a 3-1 lead? The best player in the world don't do that.
Yes, he did.
The best player in the world don't do that. The best player in the world don't do that.
You just got called again.
Hold on, wait. Before we do that, I gotta ask Brandon something real quick. Hey, Brandon, you brought up the 2011 Mavericks. Right?
Hold on, I want to make one quick point.
What was the name? No. What was the name of the base defense, that zone defense that Dallas played? What was the name of that base defense?
I couldn't tell you, sir. I couldn't tell.
No, I'm talking to Brandon. I'm talking to Brandon.
Hold on, I want to make a quick point about
Brandon. Answer my question, Brandon. Answer. Brandon, you're not going to get to tailor off to something else. I'm asking you a simple question. You brought up the zone defense. You said it was a basic zone defense Dallas ran. What was it called?
It's 10 years ago. It's a basic zone defense. Anyways,
what is it? What's the name of it? What is what is the name of the basic zone defense? For you to say it's basic, it has to have a name, because the one that's not basic has to have something else. So what is the name of the basic?
Multiple zone defenses.
So
He
what?
has no
So it was
idea.
no. So it was.
Three
Oh, wait,
zone,
so
and
so they
They
ran.
ran
Go ahead, say it again.
a 2-3 zone. They ran different zone defenses against him. But for you to say that LeBron,
Okay. All right. So that's what's considered a
can you
basic
stop
zone defense.
muting me like?
So that is what you're
You're
considering.
muting me like a 4-year-old.
I'm muting you because you're talking like a 4-year-old. You won't shut up. Listen. So are you saying a base zone defense is a
You
2-3
muted
and a
me
3-2?
like 9 times.
Answer the question, Brandon. Is a basic
That has
zone
nothing.
defense?
I don't even give a shit. It has nothing to do with the
Yes,
debate.
it does. I don't. Then we don't give a shit what you have to say then,
brought it
because
up.
you're the one who brought it up. Let's let Ishmael in the building. Ishmael, the GOAT James Kingdom member.
I actually had a, hey y'all, peace to the panel, y'all. I actually have a question for Brandon because I wasn't sure.
He's not
It's
gonna
like,
answer.
because to me, he was just, it feels like he was just making like, it feels like he was making arguments that don't really tie together. Like he said that Vorp, like, okay, this is what he said. This is the first thing he said. He said LeBron James Vorp practically doesn't matter because he didn't play in his system. And he was saying, so his argument was like, because the team was centered around LeBron as the system, when he got off the court, it elevated his Vorp. But the thing is, like, that doesn't make any sense because Vorp is not an on and off stat. It's not a stat. When you're off, your team value is depreciating, and when you're on, your team value elevates. Like, you're elevating your team. It's just a adjusted box plus minus where it takes your box score and goes through the formula. It's not an on and off number. It takes your box score. That's pretty much it. So I just don't. I want him to answer the question what he mean by it, because that has nothing to do with it. No matter, even though, let's say,
Right,
like,
no, I heard what you said.
no, hold on for a second. I'm not done. Hold on for a second. You can answer. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. I'm not done. Hold on for a second. Just wait a second.
Yeah,
Keep
let him
beat.
finish, Brandon. Chill.
God damn! Like, what is the problem? Is he like, what the fuck? Is he there? Like,
No,
I'm just saying,
I
like,
can't, because if not, he's not gonna let you. He's not gonna let you speak. That's what we have to.
okay,
That's
I got you. Okay, let me be. I'm almost done. So I was like, what do you mean by that? Because Vorp, like I said, is not an on and off stat. So like, whether LeBron plays in a system or not, like, it just takes your box score, and that's it. So whether it doesn't matter. It's like it's a box score stat. So what does he mean by that?
Okay, I understand no one can let me talk for more than 10 seconds without muting me, because no one here can have an argument, but I'll explain why LeBron's Vorp is grossly inflated, okay? So, first of all...
That was not the question. He wanted you to explain how that works. Not why LeBron's Vorp is uninflated. How are you using on and off numbers for a stat that doesn't reflect on and off? That's the
Right.
question.
His argument was like,
Right.
as if it's an on and
Here's
off.
what I am saying. What I am saying is because LeBron could not play in a system, LeBron had a much higher usage rate most years than Michael Jordan did in his offense. And so because LeBron James had the ball more, and the Miami offense, LeBron cannot play off the ball.
Yes, he can. What are you talking
about? It don't matter. Let's just let him finish.
Shut up.
Let
I heard what
him
you
finish.
said.
Let him finish.
One of
Let
the
him
strengths
finish. Let him
Michael
finish.
Jordan, Phil Jackson's offense, as opposed to Doug Collins, was the Bulls moved Jordan more off the ball, and you
What
studied.
does that got to do with
as a
LeBron?
point forward.
That has
I
a
heard
lot
what
to
you
do with it,
said.
sir. That has a lot to do with it, because we all know that Jordan gave up.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Just let him talk.
What I am saying is that because LeBron could not play in a system, the offense of, and this was true on every team LeBron was on in his prime, their offense had to exclusively go through LeBron much more than the Bulls offense, especially the first 3 quarters, had to go through Jordan. And John Stockton has a higher Vorp than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Reggie Miller has a higher Vorp than Kobe Bryant.
That's not the point. You're not really answering my question. You're not answering my question.
All Vorp is an indication. Vorp is real plus box. All Vorp is real box plus minus incorporated over 48 minutes. So any player that constantly has the ball, as LeBron did, because he couldn't play in a system. He couldn't play off the ball. And that's why Miami's offense was so predictable. They had no system. LeBron couldn't play off the ball. And that's why they got cooked by the 2011 Mavs. They got cooked by the 2013 Spurs. They struggled against a Pacer
Not
defense
really.
that was nowhere near as good as even the Knick defense Jordan faced. Miami had a very predictable offense with LeBron having the ball most of the time because LeBron couldn't play off the ball or play in a system. So LeBron's VORP is grossly inflated because of how much he had the ball and how big his role was in an offense where there was no offensive system. The triangle offense was a fluid offense. There was ball movement. Everybody was involved. Role players, Steve Kerr, Luke Longley, they all touched the ball. And so because Michael Jordan played in a fluid offense with more ball movement than LeBron's, his real box plus minus isn't going to be as good. Just as when Utah exclusively played through John Stockton's real box plus minus was inflated. That's why John Stockton has a higher VORP than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. VORP is not
No, that's okay. You're not okay.
I got this, Ismail. I got this.
LeBron was an elite off the ball player.
I got this.
Oh my God!
It was on the scouting reports.
I really want
to. We got to remove everybody if you guys keep talking.
Again, I got this. Leave it alone. You're only gonna confuse him. You keep talking, Ishmael. He brought up usage rate and VORP. He's upset because LeBron has a better VORP than Michael Jordan for career-wise. Well, who has the highest usage rate career-wise, Brandon? Michael Jordan or LeBron James?
Of course, it's Jordan.
I'm talking about when LeBron was in his prime.
Answer the question. Right. You're talking about LeBron James's VORP. You're talking about his VORP. You're not bringing up anything else but his career VORP because you're not talking about seasonal VORP.
Name one system LeBron played in his prime. Name one. Name one system LeBron. Michael Jordan played in the triangle.
You have to answer the question first, and I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your question once you answer this question, Brandon. Who had the highest overall usage rate for their careers, LeBron James or Michael Jordan, sir?
Right. That's misleading because of Jordan's usage rate in the 80s. When Jordan was in his prime in the 90s, the Bulls had far better ball movement than any of LeBron's offenses, and you can't.
So you didn't answer the question. Michael Jordan has the highest usage rate of all time. So now let me answer your question. LeBron James ran a spread offense with Spoelstra after 2012. Spoelstra learned a new offense and created a brand new offense with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade in mind. So yes, LeBron James ran a championship-winning system, which was known as the spread Spo offense.
That's not a system. A spread offense is...
It is a system, sir. It is a system, just like the triangle. It is a system. You want me to bring Lamont up here so he could explain it to you?
And then one thing he said, because Jordan didn't play in the 80s, but if you take Michael Jordan 98 to 1990 to 98, his usage rate is still higher than LeBron James. So whatever you said don't make any sense. Whatever you said don't make any sense. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You don't understand basketball. You don't understand my point.
No,
we're talking about usage rate. We're talking about usage rate, and Michael Jordan's usage rate in the 90s is higher than LeBron James. Simple as that.
Michael Jordan had the highest usage rate. We can see that.
Go ahead. No. Wait your turn. Go ahead, Ishmael.
First of all, a lot of that doesn't make any sense because usage rate doesn't mean you hold the ball more or have anything to do with running a system. It just means that the plays are just in with you more. Like if you shoot more free throws, you turn the ball. It also accounts turnovers. You score more points.
Hold on, wait. Ishmael, your usage rate is the percentage of plays that ended with you either taking a shot, turning over the ball, getting fouled, or shooting free throws.
Yes, or passing the ball to the guy.
No, an assist does not count in usage rate.
It doesn't? Are you sure?
No, again, pay attention and listen. Your usage rate is the percentage of plays your team had where you either took a shot, turned over the ball, got fouled, or went to the free throw line.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
it.
So
That's it.
right.
I'm not
Hey, Johnny,
listening
I
to his
agree.
stats.
So wait, hold on, other dude. Exactly. So his logic didn't make any damn sense when he talked about LeBron holding the ball and playing his system. It has nothing to do with that. It just talks about the responsibility you have on a team when you're. Matter of fact, the higher your usage rate for that era makes it more difficult for you to have a higher VORP. There's a reason Rudy Gobert has a higher win share, offensive win share than LeBron, because his usage rate is not that high. The burden of ending plays with him makes it easier for you to have a higher VORP in that aspect when you use usage rate. So what he's saying doesn't make any damn sense. Second, box plus minus, it's not because John Stockton has they don't have the information for Kareem. They don't have the data for Kareem's entire career. So when he said John Stockton has a higher VORP, it's like he's doing stuff on purpose to just talk to people that have no understanding of what it is. Then John Stockton has played a lot of minutes, but then also box plus minus also takes in positions. So then because John Stockton has a lot of assists for his position as a point guard during that time, it upscaled his VORP. So I'm not saying that if you want to use VORP, which he said he does, it's up to you. I'm not saying you have to use it or not, but I'm just saying that Brandon is just making statements that are just false. Like, they're not correct at all. So it's like, also, your box score has nothing to do if you play with a system or not. It's either you score, you turn over the ball, you rebound, you assist. It's either or you do those things or not. Whether or not you play in the system is irrelevant. That's just the nuances of the game. So what I'm saying is, like, he's up here he's BSing, man. It's just like he's saying a lot of bullshit.
Can we admit? One of the things that he said, that LeBron James, he cannot play in the system, and you have to cater to LeBron James. Yeah. But if this guy has made 10 finals, won championships everywhere he went, what does that say about LeBron James?
The system works.
The ball is better off in his hands.
He's just saying stuff
everybody else needs a system. Everybody needs a system but LeBron James.
The sad part is that this man legitimately thinks that in 75 years of NBA basketball, there's only one system in basketball, and it's called the triangle. There's no other system.
But Johnny, you just admitted that they invented a system to cater to LeBron, right?
No,
you said they ran a spread offense for LeBron.
No. I'm telling you, and for Dwayne Wade, because
and it was more Dwayne Wade for secondary.
You gotta let me fucking finish. He asked me to bring up a system that LeBron was in. LeBron was also in a system in Cleveland. You think Cleveland didn't have a system? They had a system. And LeBron played off the ball his first stint in Cleveland because that's the system in Cleveland. Like, every team has a system. There's not a professional coach that doesn't have an offensive system. You guys don't know basketball if you think that there's not a team in basketball that doesn't have a system. Every NBA team is running some sort of basketball system. You don't know it because you guys don't know basketball. You only know about the triangle because that was the only system that Michael Jordan could be successful under.
That's not true. He made it to the conference finals with Doug Collins, who refused to run the triangle.
But he still had a system. And he said it was the only system and he refused to run the triangle because Jordan wouldn't let Collins run the triangle. Phil Jackson ran the triangle in opposition of Jordan, who did not want to run the triangle offense. Who Jordan himself said the triangle offense was going to be, it was called the demichaelization offense. He didn't think it was an offense that worked well for him because he said all it did was make him take jump shots. He didn't like the triangle offense because the triangle offense did not bode well for what Jordan wanted to do.
True. Now here's my point, right?
No, it's not your point. It's not your point. I'm not done. So the idea that nobody runs a offensive system in basketball is false. LeBron James can play on the ball, off the ball, or not. And in fact, throughout LeBron James' career, he was the best player on the ball. Didn't have nobody better than him on the ball.
I mean, I wanted to say that. I also want to say, like, Me, I
That's
was
all it
mostly
is.
arguing his point. Like a lot of stuff he said, of course, was blatantly false about LeBron playing off ball, but it's just the way that he construed his argument in order to make it seem like it made sense. Where it's like he didn't know anything what he was talking about. He was just making shit up along the lines, using usage rate, and it's like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know anything really about VoRP, to be honest
I
with you.
mean,
And he said
he
he
say
uses the
stuff,
stat.
and we educated on him. That's
So
what
the
he comes up
only
for,
point,
to be educated.
the only point I want
This
to put in
man
there,
cooking today.
Look,
the
This
only
man
point I want
cooking
to put in
today,
there
man.
is that the triangle lessened Jordan's points and assists. Can we agree on that, right? Once they run the triangle, Jordan is not as going to get as many points and assists, right?
Yeah, of course, because they needed to do that to win games.
Of course, and that's what. And so when you look at overall points and assists, obviously Jordan traded success for personal stats. People who are
Same
critics of
thing for
LeBron
LeBron.
believe
That's
Worse.
false. That's false. Jordan took
Okay,
one
look.
less. Jordan took one less shot per game under the triangle offense than before. So he
Okay,
didn't.
well,
He didn't. That's not that. That's not that
but
much of a
you
difference.
just admitted he's not going to the basket as much under the triangle as he did with Doug Collins, right? So that means less easy shots. Is that true or not?
No, less easy shots for Jordan, but
true.
the team was going to get easy shots.
That's what I'm saying. But he's going to give up a few of those layups and dunks.
No, he's going to give. He's going to give up. He didn't give up nothing because he still was making sure he got his scoring titles. He was still making sure he was being able to take all the shots in the game. He was not passing the ball as
He
much
was
as
just
he
less
was.
efficient.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? And he was less efficient, so everybody else could be
No,
more
no,
efficient.
let me fucking finish. Fuck.
Doing this yesterday.
The only difference the
That's why they
triangle.
time to talk, my dude.
No, it's
That's
my
fucking
fucking.
one point in there.
Bye. You don't get to tell me when I get to fucking speak. I've been very quiet. I've been very fucking quiet the whole show. I'm actually getting ready to go because I got shit to do. I'm about to watch real basketball. Again, the only difference.
Oh shit! It's almost 3:30.
The only difference in the triangle offense between not having it was now other players were more involved in the offense. The ball didn't just go to Jordan and now that's it. Now the ball was moved more. And now other teammates can be involved. Not because of Jordan's willingness. That's because that's the strategy that they had to run. Jordan had no choice but to run the triangle offense. He had no choice. That's the point. This way LeBron James had no choice but to run the offense that they ran in the 2011 finals. He couldn't tell them, no, we're going to run this offense. Because Spo already had an offense set up so that Dwayne Wade can be the scorer. So that Dwayne Wade can do his thing. And that's why you guys don't know basketball. You guys make shit up. And exactly what Ishmael said, y'all make shit up. And because people who are not as smart enough who know basketball can't retort your shit like I can or Brandon can or people in GOAT James Kingdom can to show how stupid you sound. And you think you're smart because you go in any Zesty Jeffrey circle, that shit sounds smart. Every NBA team has a system, sir. Every coach has a system, sir. When they went to go interview J.J. Redick, they didn't look at J.J. Redick and say, well, sir, what are you going to do on offense? No system, okay, girl, you got the job. No, he has to explain to them what offense he's going to run with LeBron James in them. You guys don't know basketball.
Where did Brandon go, yo? I want to know when he thinks LeBron became an elite basketball player.
We're not asking him no more questions. We're not asking
no more questions. And listen, just to answer your question, Willie, the most championships ran system was the Boston Celtics system in the 60s, which was ran through Bill Russell. Because Bill Russell won 11 championships with 4 different first option players on his team, meaning they ran 4 separate offensive schemes while Bill Russell was there, and he still won championships.
And like, you see this comment, this is what the Jordan fans come. They come up here and they say stupid shit like this. The most efficient player of all time. How's Michael Jordan the most efficient player of all time? That don't even make any sense.
Well, he has a lower true shooting, effective field goal percentage, higher assist to turnover ratio.
I mean, where is he the most efficient player? I know they like to use PER, which does not measure how efficient you are, but he's not first in that either.
And he's not first in that no more neither.
But the thing is, they're trying. Okay, say LeBron James could not play in a system. He's not a system player. You have to cater to LeBron. You got to let LeBron do his thing. So you mean to tell me that this guy who you said cannot play the system, been to 10 finals, won 4 titles with 3 different teams? What are you saying about this player? Are you saying he's the greatest player to ever play because he could just do what the hell he want? And he's
going to the basketball court and do anything. Yeah. Don't have no game plan, no nothing.
Yeah. You literally say he's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, he just got to walk on the court.
Because you,
Yeah,
they think that's a
just
flex
gotta
saying
shoot up.
LeBron
You just
not
gotta
playing
tie
in the
his shoes
system.
up.
You gotta
If it's
play.
that easy, damn.
Yeah.
Brandon, your box plus minus has nothing to do with his system. Your box plus minus is a score of your box plus stats.
Yeah, he doesn't get that. He just keeps saying that.
Ismael, it's okay. Ismael, it's okay. It's okay. Just don't think about it, no, bro. It's okay. It's okay. Just don't think about it. It makes a lot of sense if you don't think about it to him.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
all it is.
Well, I already went over it. Like, you don't get it. Like, what the fuck?
Greatest player of all time. Like, if you ask these LeBron haters, you let them talk long enough, they're going to say why LeBron's the GOAT. He literally said LeBron's the GOAT today.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Jordan needed a system to be successful, not LeBron James.
Wait. So if that's the case, if there is only one system in basketball, why is everybody else warped so high? Because they're not in the system as well.
He had the ball in every possession.
let's let again. We let King Rose speech up, and we got what's it called? We got Peter Bagjuice, a GOAT James Kingdom member. These dudes are hilarious, bro. Peter, I know you agree with Brandon Katz, right? All these numbers are inflated. System, LeBron plays in those system. All of this thing, right?
Hey, wait, hold on a second. Peter. Hey, Peter, hold on a second. Like, it was frustrating that I had to agree with Peter yesterday. That's all I had to say. It was frustrating that we was on the same page. We was on the same page. Oh, that's all I gotta say. All right, go ahead, Peter. What you got to say? What you got?
You there, Peter? Go ahead, Peter.
Hey, my bad, y'all. Hey, that's funny as hell, Brandon. But yeah, what's his name? Brandon. So I know what he was trying to express. He wasn't doing the best job articulating it.
Not at all.
And I don't know if there's a stat that out there that captures it, right? So for me, looking at the game, what the biggest thing that jumps out to me offensively between LeBron and Jordan is how intuitive Jordan is. How much quicker he gets into his offense, how much less he needs the ball in his hands. So he's still able to be prolific without, having to run a bunch of screen and rolls and constantly have the ball in his hands. He could go without the ball for minutes, or the action could be ran away from him. He'll get it on secondary action. The minute he gets it, it's either the shot is going right up, one or two dribbles is going right up, and he's shooting a high percentage while playing that way. So not only is he having an outsized impact on the game in terms of scoring and such, you're able to optimize your teammates and keep a great amount of synergy with those teammates. That's why you see Jordan has 3 of the top 8 teams in net rating, and in those 3 seasons, he also led the league in scoring. So I think that's what Brandon is getting at. Every player plays in the system.
What the hell?
Wait,
Peter.
I'm not done. I'm almost done. So yeah, every player. I agree with Johnny in there. That the idea.
Really disrespectful to the whole.
Yeah, go ahead.
Come on, King John. Don't do it. I know you don't like it.
No, let him go. Let him go. Guys. Wait, first of all, you guys have to allow GOAT James Kingdom members to speak. Peter is a GOAT James Kingdom member. Go, Peter, please.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much it. Is better teammate optimization with Jordan. That's why you see when guys like Bosh and Kevin Love get heavily marginalized playing in a LeBron system. Whereas I'm pretty sure if they were playing on the Michael Jordan team, they're getting a lot more touches and being able to be in better rhythm.
That's
what, bro?
Stop. Okay, that's completely false because Michael Jordan did not optimize his teammates, which is the reason why they had to give him the triangle. They had to force him to let other teammates be involved into the offense. So all you just admitted to was that, for one, Michael Jordan is not a good playmaker, meaning he does not initiate the offense. He needs someone to initiate the offense so that he can get the ball in the right position to score, so that he doesn't have to do much effort to score. He can just dribble once or twice, like you said, because the effort is already being made by his teammates. So you're just proving that Jordan needs his teammates to actually be effective on the basketball court instead of vice versa. While you also falsely brought up net rating for why the Bulls had a high. The reason the Bulls had a high net rating is because the Bulls had one of the best defenses in basketball. They had one of the most efficient offenses in basketball due to the fact that they were running the triangle offense and the fact that they had great defenders on their team outside of Michael Jordan. You guys don't want to give credit to the team. So
the deepest squad.
Again, so the idea that Michael Jordan somehow was able to finagle a system and make a system work and his teammates work, that's all false. The idea of Kevin Love and Chris Bosh becoming third options will be just as great as they were as first options is also false. When Michael Jordan left the Bulls, all his teammates had career years outside of Michael Jordan being on their team. So Jordan never provided his teammates with anything of that sort. And you guys could come up here and make all of these lies because there are no stats to prove how many touches Cartwright was getting when Michael Jordan blatantly told not only the teammates to not pass the ball to Bill Cartwright, he told the media this. He went to the media and said, hey, that guy is never getting the ball. He wouldn't even let a teammate eat food on a plane. And you're talking about passing the ball on the basketball court. Stop it, sir.
Yo, man, I swear, like hey Johnny, I see what you're saying by like revisionist history because I swear it's like people take like LeBron James like second stint Cleveland like up till now or not even now, definitely not the last 2 years, but where he's like the main ball facilitator, he has the ball on his hands. Because I swear to you, I thought LeBron James' first stint in Cleveland, he wasn't the guy like holding the ball a lot, or he wasn't the main facilitator. He had the most assists, but they had other point guards like Gibson and or something. Yeah, like I swear they had other point guards and stuff. Like LeBron was playing like a true small forward a lot of times, like being a wing player, and like all this running through screens and stuff, like that's just part of the new era in the 2020s. Like LeBron wasn't doing that in the first thing in Cleveland. Like it wasn't like that for him. I don't even know where like a lot of these guys just make stuff up. Like his career, it's just
what lie, King Rose Speech? Please tell me what lie. You guys make up arguments. What lies? Where did I lie?
No one lied, but you know what they do is they like to come up here and they love to talk and saying that, like for King's speech, he said to be like the GOAT, you got to be the best player or something. So LeBron was better than anybody in the league, longer than anybody in NBA history. So by his definition, LeBron James is the GOAT. By Brandon Cash's definition, LeBron's the GOAT because he just needs to top his shoes and he's going to be successful. Like just let these guys talk. Just let them talk, and they will help us add stuff to our criteria for LeBron James being the GOAT.
Who's had a better?
Yes, King's speech. We're going to use that. LeBron James has been the best player in the league longer than anybody.
I don't see how. Also, Billy, I don't see how Michael Jordan would playing with Michael Jordan will give you more touches. Like he dominated the ball a lot because he was they played illegal defense, right? Where he was on. From my understanding, he was on the post a lot, and they dished him out the ball, and he would shoot the ball a lot, right? And it's like that's kind of how the offense was, unless like he would pass it or dish it out. Unless like if a team was going to dish out the double team or something like that, because it's like that's what I would think. Like you're not really swinging the ball a lot at that aspect. You're playing like mostly a lot of isolation. So
why do you have to
think the games are there to be watched?
Because what you're saying is not true. It's fabricated, man. Like Michael Jordan would not share the ball like that, and like he wouldn't. Like a lot of people would not get touches at all. Like, if anything, it's fabrication because LeBron James is actually one of the most versatile players of all time. Like, if you think a player that's ability to be able to transition his game to 3 different eras and being able to adapt to all these teammates that he have, what makes you think LeBron, it's just like he's just holding the ball and then he's just diminishing guys and guys are just getting worse. Like, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, those guys that he is diminishing became NBA champions, and they were not NBA champions without him. So
they happily did it, and none of them
they did it to win. They did it to win, and just like when John Sally came on Gilbert's Arenas and he was saying Kobe and Mike was better, and then they start talking about the system, and he started talking more about LeBron, and at the end of the show he said, "You know what? As I'm picking right now, LeBron James is the greatest player who ever played basketball because all he has to do is tap his shoes and jump ball.
I mean, look
Yeah,
at
because
LeBron James right
that's
now. Look, one more thing. Look at LeBron right now, bro. The last 2 years is a prime example, and people still push this narrative. Last year for the Lakers, the primary ball facilitator or ball handler was D'Lo, right? This year has been Austin Reeves. And
That's
then when
Luka
Luka came on the
yeah.
team, LeBron has taken even a more of a setback as being the off-ball player, and people still say the same thing. He's an unselfish player.
There's
He's
a
unselfish.
King Rose speech, you got caught.
the ball.
King Rose speech, you got caught in the lie. Michael Jordan averages less assists in the triangle offense than he did outside of the triangle offense. So stop lying on GOAT James Kingdom. Michael Jordan was not doing anything to fit the triangle offense at all, like I said before. So there you go, caught in the lie. And before I get up out of here, because I am going to get ready for this show. I'm going to show you Michael.
We all about to get out of here too. So
I'm going to show you Michael Jordan's quote of him talking about the triangle offense. I'm going to show it to you. Y'all gonna stop fucking coming on GOAT James Kingdom line. This is why y'all don't like hitting the link.
Sure, the quote of him trying to oppose the illegal defense, getting rid of that. True.
I got that post. Again, I got nothing but information on this topic. Why? Because I got to deal with you Zesty Jeffries every day. I can't even talk. I can't talk basketball without having to deal with a Zesty Jeffrey in any subject. And shout out to Ralph Alexander, who made me realize that. As LeBron fans, we don't get to talk basketball fairly, easily as basketball fans, because some Zesty Jeffrey's going to come say, you only saying that to boost LeBron's career, to help LeBron's career, blase, blah, 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 blah. We all know who's trying to help somebody's career.
That's what they do.
Exactly, because that's exact. You said it exactly right. They're the cheating husband calling their wife a cheater because they're the ones who's coming home late and cheating while their wife is really at work doing her job and paying the bills. Because that's what Zesty Jeffries do best. They come on GOAT James Kingdom lying, don't have no factual information, then tell us go watch the games. When we go watch the games, we see nothing that they tell us we're supposed to see. All we see is Michael Jordan bricking shots. That's all we see. Then they're gonna tell us
defenses that are supposed to be great.
Well, what about?
So
he
let me ask you a question.
Utah Jazz, 54 points. Go ahead, Peter.
Why do you think LeBron has never been at the helm of a number one offense in his career?
Never been at the helm of a number one offense for his career?
Yeah, number one rated offense.
Because he's never had a team that was number one offense. He's playing in the best offensive era in NBA history.
Okay.
He's supposed to have better offense than the Mavericks and the Suns of the 2000s.
No, I was just wondering what your how you saw that, considering that he's played with some inordinately talented players offensively. You would think at 1 out of 22 years he would, they would have a number one offense at some point.
Dwayne Wade is not Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. Let's not get that confused.
Okay, but I mean,
Dwayne Wade in 2011. I'll take him.
They were great players, but they kind of had redundant
skill sets, and that's my point.
Okay. So Chicago. Let's go here. Let's see when Chicago had the number one offense in basketball. Since y'all want to talk about okay, 1990 they had the ninth offense in basketball. They had the 7th in 91. They had the 5th in 92. They had the 15th in 93. They had the 23rd in 94. They had the 12th in 95. They had the first offense in 1996. They had the first offense in 1997. They had the 9th offense in 1998. So Jordan was a part of 2 number one offenses in his career. And that was the obviously years he had super teams. So let's continue and go here. Let's see what LeBron James had here on his career. So LeBron James' first year, team was 22nd in offense. LeBron's second year, they were 4th in offense. His in 06 they were 6th. 07 they were 28th. 09 they were 08 they were 30th. 09 they were 18th. 2010 they were 25th. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong things. Hold on, wait. I'm looking at the wrong ones here. Hold on, wait. Let me go to. Let's go start with Miami. In Miami, he had the 8th because you said he had all the talent. We know he didn't have talent in Cleveland. I'm looking at Miami. Miami had.
What's that? 2011.
2011, they had the 8th offense in basketball. 2012, Miami was 7th. 2013, Miami was 5th. 2014, Miami was 12th. So he never had a good offense with the Miami as far as number one offense. Let's go to. And while we doing that, let me bring up this picture here, since these Zesty Jeffries loves doubting GOAT James Kingdom and what we come up with here. You guys love doubting me, and I don't know why.
They be secretly seeking the education. This how they get it out of you.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's go to Cleveland in 2015. Cleveland in 2015 had the 8th offense. They had the 8th offense in 2016. They had the 4th offense in 2017. They had the 5th offense in 2018. I don't think he ever had a number one offense with the Lakers as well. So yeah, he never had a number one offense. Chicago had it 2 years in a row when they had a super team.
Yeah.
It's just harder to
I'm
have
not
the
even
best
saying.
offense.
I'm not even saying. Sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not even saying that's like some huge knock on LeBron. It's just to underscore my point that no, even though Jordan took a lot of shots and all of that, and he was efficient, and his style still was able to blend in real well in that triangle system. You know what I'm saying? Because of his style of play. A guy I like to bring up all the time is James Harden. And when Kobe told him you're not going to win that way, I don't think it's optimal on the basketball court for your leading scorer to also be your leading facilitator. I just don't think that's the best way to maximize your team. Like,
LeBron's done
you get
that
what I'm saying?
several times. LeBron's done that several times. LeBron's done that several times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. I don't think that's the best way to play.
Luka's doing pretty good.
Let's be
honest with that is not the best way to play. That is not the best way to play. Unless you're the greatest player ever. Unless you're the greatest player ever. That's the only way that works.
Honestly, all you're doing is proving our part, Peter, is that you need a team to win championships. So it takes a team to win. So that means, like you said, you need a guy who can score, a guy who can facilitate, a guy who can play defense, a guy who can rebound, a guy who can defend. You need all these things to be able to win a championship. The problem that you guys have is that you have all of that with LeBron. That's what you guys fail to realize. You have all that with LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, look at 2016, but he did everything. And what happened there? Won the title.
And they barely scraped by. They got lucky with Steph getting that MCL injury early in the playoffs.
Early titles.
So how come Steph didn't get lucky with Kyrie breaking his kneecap, or Kelly Olynyk pulling Kevin Love's shoulder out of socket? How come he didn't get lucky in that series? He had to worry about
Kevin Durant coming to Golden State.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with y'all saying he got lucky in 2015 with those injuries. Same with Kawhi in 2019. But what I would counter that with is we've seen Steph lead a historic offense. He's another guy that he can, have an outsized impact in terms of individual prowess and being prolific, and do it within the team concept at the highest level. And that's my overall point. LeBron has gotten better off the ball, but in comparison to somebody like a Steph or an MJ, he's clearly a tier below in that aspect, in my opinion.
How's he worse than MJ off the ball?
And as what? Because you can say there are definitely LeBron has way more on-ball factors than Michael Jordan. When you're talking about, even Johnny pointed out, pick and roll, fast break, you're talking about cuts. There's a lot of things that aspect of LeBron James that he's great off ball. So
it's his IQ.
I mean, off ball is just not coming off a screen and catch and shoot. You realize that, right?
It's alley-oops.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you talk about the Miami Heat, iteration of James, any of those players from that era that face him will tell you that D Wade as an off-ball cutter was far superior to LeBron. That's not up for debate.
He probably was at that time.
Yeah, maybe at that time.
And
also a lot older.
LeBron has gotten better, guys. So don't get triggered. Don't think I'm here trying to hate on dude or nothing. It's just an observation.
I doubt that. I don't think Dwayne Wade was better cutted than LeBron James. Where would you get that from? How? Where? Based on what?
Yeah.
I just think he had more opportunities. I don't know if he was better, but
Dwayne Wade played on the ball just as much as LeBron James did. That was the argument about them too. How were they going to play together? Because they both played on the ball the same amount.
Part of the reason they lost in 2011 too, indecisiveness and shit like that.
And Wade is not. Wade is not an all-time off-the-ball player either. He's great cutting, timing on cuts, running the baseline. He has a knack for finding pockets. He's amazing in that aspect, but his catch-and-shoot game was very suspect. He always needed
shooting in general. It's never been as great as like LeBron. Like LeBron's been a way better three-point shooter.
Dwight played well off the ball. Like he played well off the ball.
Yeah, he played well, Brandon. But I'm talking about particularly being able to just come off a pin down, catch, and let it go. No dribble. I feel like that limited Wade's game.
When you got 6'3" guys, you got 6'3" guys guarding you on one side of the floor by yourself. So before we get up out of here, I'm going to address what I always told you. This is Michael Jordan in 1991, second season in the triangle offense. He stated to the media, quote, "The triangle's killing me. All I can do in it is take jump shots." But Phil, finally gave me freedom. This was the first time all season I kind of felt free of the triangle. But Phil, I have to win a scoring title. I have a bet on it. You're never going to win until you trust your teammates, Jordan. So stay on the perimeter and move the ball. Stop trying to hog the ball, Michael. You're easily stopped that way, Michael. You can't go left, Michael. That's easily stopped. But if we let everybody move the ball, we'll get you in a good spot to take a good jump shot. And that's why Jordan started to shoot more mid-range jump shots later in his career. Because for one, he lost his athleticism. And for two, it was best to be in the triangle offense and do such. That's why he was below average at the rim late in his career. So again, Michael Jordan did not like the triangle offense. He thought it was a horrible offense. And because Jordan wouldn't even come along with it, it took the Bulls quite some time to even run the offense correctly because Michael Jordan refused to. So again, ladies and gentlemen, stop coming to GOAT James Kingdom, crying and complaining, saying we don't let you speak, when all we do is let you speak to get exposed. Because everything you guys say, we have information to rebut. So if you like what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership where we do big things as watch the basketball games like we're about to watch now in the next hour where the Lakers are going to beat the OKC Thunder. I said it here, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I do best. Also, catch us every Saturday. It's supposed to be 7 p.m., but it looks like it's a 9 p.m. show. So you guys come catch the Radar right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel and also on the Radar podcast channel where Brandon, T Perfect, and John get to argue a topic for someone who won the trivia. And guess who won yesterday's trivia?
I mean, after 15 attempts, that don't count.
I don't. Well, you gave me the right hint. I just needed to know. I was close. I was going to mention Bill Russell, but I still got the answer right. So I get to choose the topic next week. Nanny, nanny, boo boo. And also, don't forget Friday nights is where you really get a chance to have a debate with me one-on-one. I'll let you speak whenever you want, because when it's my turn, you will definitely get destroyed on a Friday night. There is nothing available on a Friday night but the one-on-one with me. So definitely check out the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer, because that's what I do every Friday night. But as we always told you guys here in GOAT James Kingdom, we're going to continue to do big things like go on Playback TV. So make sure you guys follow us on Playback TV. But anyways, y'all, we had a great Sunday afternoon talking about why Jordan thinks LeBron's the greatest ever, and why LeBron fans are the best fans ever, and why Jordan fans always give us a criteria that makes LeBron James the GOAT. So y'all have a great Sunday afternoon. Peace and blessings right here from the GOAT James Kingdom platform, y'all.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.
Welcome to GOAT James Kingdom, where basketball lives forever. You get to enjoy B. Lee and A. Johnny talk basketball every Sunday noon Eastern Time right here on the GOAT James Kingdom channel. Support by subscribing and also check check out the membership at GOAT James Kingdom.